who are you Blues fan? We're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues!
Presented by Scott Credit Union. Your St. Louis
Bluenote Fan Report. Aloha and mahalo. Welcome to a Game Day Live, kinda, sorta, play-by-play reaction show. Yeah, that's right. That's what we do here at the Bluenote Fan Report. We come on a half hour before the game. We talk about the game. We talk about what's going on in the world of hockey. And then we talk about the game itself as it's going on. So you got to come in and join us. I see Ryan Green is here. I see Jason Nichols is here. They're the only two that are here right now, but it doesn't matter. I got a special guest tonight. You guys are going to enjoy this. We'll be bringing them on here very, very shortly. Has the blue? Oh, I just think the Blues are wearing their Roar jerseys. Oh my goodness. 4-2 for the Blues win tonight. Well, I got a great guest tonight, and I've had him on the show, and it's been a long time, and we've had disagreements in the past, and that's fine. But we're here now. He's been checking me out on the Bluenote Fan Report on YouTube, or pardon me, on Facebook. And well, let's first welcome, before I welcome in our guest, let's welcome my other co-host. Lance, are you ready for this?
Should be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. I can't wait, man. To no more further ado, please welcome to my show the one, the only, the famous, the infamous Robert Foley, also known as Hockey Bob. Hockey Bob, how are you doing tonight?
You left out Notorious.
Well, I wouldn't want to go there, but you know,
I'm an easygoing guy. What can I say? I love.
Yeah,
hockey.
you know what, Bob? Look, no matter what's happened in the past, I am me, you are you, and I think we can be friends, and we can understand that we both have a very serious love for hockey.
Okay.
Right?
I'll give it a shot. Oh, I see Lance has a gun ready. He's going to shoot me. No, I'm kidding.
No, Lance isn't going to shoot you, right? We love this. Before we get into let's get into some comments first. Rob Morton says he changed my mind. Blues kick ass tonight, win 4-2. We're the rested team, haven't played since Monday. Preds hit their third game in 4 nights. That could help us. Soros and Bennington are going to start tonight.
On the Predators website, it shows Lincoln and starting, not Soros.
Soros let him out. I just seen that. So from just, you know, what was tweeted out was Soros was leading him out. So maybe something changed, right? So
you guys remember at the beginning of the season, the first couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, the Blues had played the least amount of games in the NHL. Now all of a sudden they played some of the most games in the NHL. How the hell does that happen? That's back to backs.
You know, I'll let Lance kind of go for this first, and then I'll talk about it. Go ahead, Lance.
Some people say the league has it against the Blues, and I guess, I respect somebody's opinion that has that, but they've never been great at scheduling. There's always 3 to 5 teams that get screwed when it comes to the schedule. Every single season, they put too many games together at one time, and the team sits there for 5 days or 4 days and doesn't have any games. It's never made any sense to me, and it will never make sense to me.
Have you guys ever worked at a place where you were the boss and you had to make schedules? Can you imagine being the person who has to try to make a perfect schedule for all 32 games? And I'm sure you know how this happens, but basically each team sends in a list of available dates. that they have for the following year, and the league has to try to figure out, all right, we have to follow these criteria. We have to have certain teams play certain other teams. It's not an easy job. I can never criticize those guys, because I tell you what, I wouldn't want that job. There's no way you could pay me enough to try to schedule was it 870 games for the course of a season or something like that? That's a freaking lot of games, man. It is.
No, actually, it's closer to 3,000 games.
Okay, well, I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, but you're right. And one thing that has happened the last couple of years is the Blues at the beginning of the schedule have had a very light schedule, and then they've had a packed middle schedule, or a packed late schedule. So this is what they are right now. They're actually, if you look at games, they're ahead of everybody. They're ahead of most teams, right? No, it is. When you get down to it, I want to say the number is close to like 3,000 games. There's a way to do it with the math.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, each team, you have 32 teams.
82 games.
Have to play 82 games. However, you can't take 32 and times it, because they play each other, so it makes it funky. But I know the schedule's hard, and you're right. I'm glad you brought that up. I would not want to have to do the schedule. They do that. They bring up the dates. I know that Chicago used to take an annual 2-week or 3-week
hiatus,
road trip, because the circus would come into town. Right?
That's true.
The concerts that are scheduled, right? Some of those concerts are scheduled a year ahead, and that takes precedence. It's you got to understand. These buildings, they're great buildings, but every day that they're sitting there closed with nobody in them, no concert, no basketball game, no nothing going on, the building's not making money.
True.
Right? And the building needs to make money, and the only way the building can make money is have people in it.
Yeah, as a person that runs an arena like that, a lot of people say, well, you want to have every day booked. Yeah, but you also want to have more than that, because like Guy said, you got the circus and the Harlem Globetrotters. Sometimes they do the circus 2 to 3 times a day. Sometimes they do the Harlem Globetrotters 2 times a day. You want to be over 365 events in your arena. You really do.
Yeah. The NCAA basketball tournament, all of that stuff affects it, and that could be more. Actually, Jason, that number's not right, because I think you took that number by times in 82 by
32.
Or 32 by 82, and that doesn't work.
Nope.
Because while each team plays 82 games, there's some of the games that they play together, so it's actually that number's less.
Yep.
But I know it's a high number, right? There used to be a way to see what game number each game was. Like in my game notes, I think it has the game number listed. Sometimes it does. Or in some of the paperwork that I get, it will say, so this right now, today is NHL game number 724 for the Blues when they take the ice.
Wow.
Right? And I may be able to do this. Give me just a second. Let's see if I can pull a little bit of magic here. Be frosty here. Pull a little bit of magic. So it's not up yet. But I was going to see if I could look at the last game of the season, which is the Avalanche at the Predators. It would show what game number that is, but it doesn't yet. So you've got to look. We're just at halfway. So there's easily 1,400 or more games, and that's where it kind of goes. So Brian Green is loving your presence there, Rocky Bob. So thank you, Bob. Yesterday we talked the last time you were on, we talked about some things, and you had strong words about what we were talking about, and we were talking about O'Reilly and Tarasenko and what was going on with the Blues. I want to hear from you how you feel about the Blues season right now and what you think they're doing and how and some of that stuff.
Well, considering all the injuries the Blues have had, You look at other teams too. The Washington Capitals have had a lot of injuries. The Colorado Avalanche have had a lot of injuries. And none of those teams are actually excelling right now. So it's par for the course, man. You can take a guy like O'Reilly or Tarasenko out and replace him with a body, but you're not going to be able to replace that talent and that skill they have. And sure, our young guys right now are doing really good. But the bottom line is they're trying to impress Doug Armstrong. And two, they have never played at the level of the NHL for an entire season. I'm actually happy that some of these veterans are coming back because, the Blues need that experience. That lack of experience is definitely showing, especially in regards to Colton Parayko. And here's the deal with Colton. If you guys remember back in 2019, he played with Bouwmeester, but also the Blues didn't have a defenseman that was under 6 foot. Now, who do they got that's 6 foot? They got Bertuzzo, they got Leddy, and they got Parayko. Basically, I think Parayko at this point, just like in 2019, Bouwmeester covered for Parayko a lot.
Justin Falk is over 6 foot.
Justin Falk is over 6 foot?
Yep.
Okay, my mistake.
Yep.
But right now, what's happening with Parayko is he's trying to be a veteran, he's trying to be a leader, and he's covering for a lot of the other players that are not of experience, which makes his play look a lot worse. I guarantee you, once the Blues get 100% healthy, Parayko's going to look a lot better.
So you talked about the defensemen, and I'm going to read off our defensemen and their sizes. Leddy is 6 even, and this should be without skates, right? Without skates. Leddy is 6 even. Rosen is 6'1". Parayko is 6'6", and that I know I've stood next to Parayko. Falk is 6 even. Tucker is 6'1", and Mikkola is 6'4". So everybody's kind of up there.
Their only small defenseman really is Krug, and Perinovich is under 6 foot too.
Yeah, but they're not listed right now. Well, here we go. Krug is 5'9". Yeah. And Perinovich is 5'10".
Yep, 5'10", 5'11".
Scandella is 6'3".
Yep.
And Bortuzzo is 6'4". Bortuzzo was practicing today. Some of these guys are practicing today. So we're seeing it. My issue with Parayko is, and I hate to use this word, but it's the word that everyone throws around, and to me it's the right word. He's soft. Parayko is just plain soft.
Have you ever watched Colton Parayko played in the juniors or the minors? He has never been a physical guy.
Never.
And I'll give you an example of another guy who's a Hall of Famer who was never physical, was Nicholas Lidstrom for the Detroit Red Wings. You don't have to be physical to be a good defenseman.
Yep.
You just have to be able to play your position smartly. And unfortunately, right now, I think that's what's happened with Parayko. He's not really playing as smart as he could. And I think that's because of the inexperience on the blue line right now. But when they start getting their regulars back, I think that'll change. And who knows who Berube's going to keep in the lineup, and who knows who's not. I know Perunovich is coming back soon, and that would be a good thing for the Blues defense, especially on the power play.
Yeah.
See, I'm not. I'll let Lance go first on this. You go first on this, bud.
About Perunovich?
Yeah.
I think Perunovich has as much skill as Torrey Krug does. He's just not as experienced. I think his offensive skill set, once he gets used to playing in the NHL, he's going to be a very good offensive defenseman. And to me, he's just average, being a defensive defenseman. And, you can get better at that as you get older. But I want to say something else. All these people that, are saying, well, I don't care if when Bortuzzo comes back and when when this guy comes back, when that guy comes back, we need to send him down. We got to keep Tucker up here. Guys, they're not sending these veterans down because they have to clear waivers. I want people to understand that, because so many people online do not understand that. They're not going to keep these guys up there when like Hockey Bob says, that they come back from being injured. They're not sending down somebody that's going to have to go through waivers. They're not going to do it.
The only way you could send somebody down is on a conditional.
That's right.
They're going down to get conditioning, right? That's the only way you can. And even then, it is really hard. Even to send Parayko down to the minors to get a conditioning stint, you've got to clear. He's got to hit certain parameters in his injury to be able to do that. And Parayko obviously not injured, so it's not going to happen. Ryan Green says, so I know this is Ryan Green says, Parayko plays like he just doesn't care anymore. Actually, I think it's the exact opposite. I think he plays like he cares way too much because he doesn't shoot the puck, and he needs to shoot the damn puck. He needs to shoot the puck more than anybody else, and he needs to shoot it on net and not wide, left or right. And that happens all the time. Right? I mean, at least that's how I feel about it.
Just like Fulton Reed.
Like
who? Fulton Reed, Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
1 out of 6, Coach. 1 out of 6.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can tell you Ducks, one. Yeah. I can tell you one thing. Parayko is not comfortable right now. He doesn't look comfortable, and I think it's like Guy said. He's now kind of a veteran on this team, because he's been here for several years and he's been a big part of the team. And I think he feels like he's got to try to do too much. And I want people to always watch a play. Just because a guy scores and Colton Parayko is 2 feet from him, it doesn't mean it's Parayko's fault. You got to watch what happened to the play, how the puck got there, and so on and so forth. And you know what? It's like I say all the time. Parayko is paid to stop people from scoring, but damn it, people, that other team, those guys are paid to score. They're both paid to do their job. Sometimes Parayko gets the best of them. Sometimes they get the best of him. That's just the way it is.
Very
Ryan
true.
Ryan Green, I do not hate everything you say. It's just you like to say things that I'm going to disagree with. So, right? He does that shit on purpose. We already know he does it on purpose.
Ryan Green is a poop disturber.
Oh yeah,
he likes to stir it up.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Tarasenko, O'Reilly, and Barbashev. Hockey Bob, what do you think that? And I talked about this yesterday. The last player that the Blues traded at the trade deadline, being on at the end of a contract, was Stastny. But really, Stastny was not getting re-signed with the Blues. He was not coming back. So that trade, okay, the last player that the Blues traded at the trade deadline that they wanted back, but the player didn't want to come back, was Shattenkirk. You're going all the way back to 15-16 or 16-17, 15-16 to find a player that the Blues traded at the trade deadline. Everyone's saying they're going to trade this guy, they're going to trade that guy, they're going to trade this guy, they're going to trade that guy. Armstrong has showed a penchant for not doing that.
Yeah, but he, even though the Blues got far, and the year before Backes's contract, the year that Backes's contract was up, Armstrong, I know, has wished that he would have traded David Backes. I know that for a fact. So, I don't know who's going to be traded, but I wouldn't be shocked if both of them are traded. I really wouldn't be, because here's why. They had talks with O'Reilly and they stopped because they're so far apart. He wants a raise. The Blues want him to take a huge pay cut, and they only want to give him 4 years max. He doesn't want that. He wants a longer term, and he wants more money, and I don't blame him. Tarasenko, there's been nothing seriously talked when it talks about contracts with him. They've never seriously sat down and discussed it. And if you want to keep a guy, you don't wait till the last minute. You just don't do it. Like I said, all these people that say they have to be traded, I don't agree with that, per se, because there's reasons why you don't trade a guy at the trade deadline. Number one reason is you think you can re-sign him. You've had talks. They're getting close. You think you can come up with a number to re-sign him before he hits the market. That's one of the reasons. Another reason is they just maybe think that, hey, we're going to push him. Let's see what we can get out of him this year. Maybe we'll shock somebody and get to the conference championship or to the cup. Maybe we'll shock somebody. So let's keep him. That's the scenarios I see. I wouldn't be shocked, like I said, if both of them are gone. I really wouldn't be. But would I be shocked if both of them were here? No.
For me, And I've looked at this. Bob, actually, Bob, I want to hear what you think about this. I want to hear what you think before I start.
First off, you mentioned Tarasenko, O'Reilly, and Barbashev, and you can't put Barbashev in that scenario. And here's why: Barbashev was the reason that Oscar Sundqvist was expendable. Hey, Ashley, what's up? And
Hey.
they're not going to get rid of Barbashev. This guy is the most
they are.
versatile guy the Blues have. He can play on any line and be effective. And there's only one player that can replace him, and he's not there yet, and that's Torpchenko.
Hockey Bob, he's gone. He will not be here after the trade deadline. He's gone. Barbashev is gone.
How do you know that?
Because I know what his agent is asking, and his agent wants $5 million plus, and the Blues aren't going to give him $5 million plus.
He's definitely worth $5 million for 4 years. Without it,
no,
I disagree with that.
No,
he
doesn't want 4 years. He wants 6 years. He wants 6 years.
He can do anything and everything you need him to do. Those people are valuable. Those kinds of players are literally priceless as far as any GM is considered. I don't think Barbashev's gone, but here's the problem I have with Tarasenko. He complained about the 3-time shoulder injury, and I understand that. But what does Armstrong do? He puts him on a line with Barbashev and Thomas, who last year, all three of them had a career year along with Jordan Kyrou. I just don't see why Tarasenko would want to leave a scenario where he can be so effective, so dangerous. I just don't get it.
Because they want him to take a pay cut, and he doesn't want to take a pay cut.
Well, you don't know that. No,
I do know that.
Nobody in this world but Doug Armstrong knows that.
Bob, I know people.
Actually, Bob,
I know people.
Me and Lance are tuned in a little bit more than you think.
Yeah, I know people within the organization. Trust me, he wants more. Somewhere between 8.5 and 9 is what he wants per year, and I wouldn't give him that. I really wouldn't.
Tarasenko? You're saying Tarasenko wants 8 and 9?
Tarasenko wants a raise. He does not want to give up money.
I can't see him being at 9. I can see him at 8. I mean, he's making 7.5 now. You're talking about 500,000.
No, 8.5 to 9.
Okay. That's $1 million raise. I could see that for 5 years or 4 years.
A lot of teams are in the same cap situation as the Blues. So there's a lot of teams that won't be able to take him because of that. So you're looking at weaker teams like the Phoenix Coyotes or the Sharks that have cap space. But would he really want to go to a team like that? He wants to stay with a contending team. So I don't know if that's going to work out for him. I think he'll end up maybe staying with the Blues, maybe taking a 1-year deal and then see what happens afterwards. That's just my thoughts.
I could see that, Bob. I could see a 1-year deal with him, because a 1-year deal after what things shake out and we see things shake out could really change. Ashley, what's your thought process on this?
I'm still on the fence about it. I can see both of your guys' opinions on here. It can go either way. It'll all depend. If they deal O'Reilly at the trade deadline, then they have more options when it comes to Tarasenko. But I'm not sure that that's the route they're going to go.
I fully agree with Bob. Anybody that trades for O'Reilly or Tarasenko, let's just say, there's so many teams that are in cap space hell. The Blues are going to have to take back as much in contract as they're sending.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, a lot of teams are going to have to do that. I think this is going to be a very strange trade deadline because, like Bob said, I counted 3 or 4 teams that are decently positioned cap wise. The rest of them are either somehow a little over because they haven't applied their LTIR, or they're right on there with like 300,000, 400,000 left.
The Blues are like $8,000, but they have LTIR that's not been taken into account.
Yep.
Jason McMullen, thank you for joining us. Go ahead, Bob.
I said the cap goes up at the next year, so not 23, 24, but 24, 25. The cap's going up supposedly a lot. So I'd say 2 years from now is when good players like that will get a lot of money. But right now, nobody's getting a raise. I mean, it's just not economically feasible for some of these guys to get raises. It's just not.
Yeah, no, Bob, I'm with you on that. I actually, hold on a sec. I've got to adjust my chair a little bit. I agree with you on that. And the one thing that I think everybody forgets in this whole situation, and I keep bringing it up, Tarasenko has all the cards. He holds all the cards, right? Now, everyone says, well, he asked for a trade. You know what? That doesn't matter. He can go to Doug Armstrong and say today, I want to be traded tomorrow. Come up with a deal. Armstrong goes out. Hold on. Let me finish. Armstrong goes out, works a deal, comes back to Tarasenko and says, okay, we've got a deal with this team. Tarasenko says, you know what? I was just in a pissy mood yesterday. I really don't want to be traded. Sorry. And then the trade is nixed. He still has to approve it. It's not just saying he wants to be traded. Once the trade is done, he has to approve the trade. And I think everybody doesn't understand that. That's written in the CBA.
I think if the Rangers are still on that list, and I don't know if he's put the Devils on that list, but if the Rangers and Devils are fighting, if any team's going to get him, it's going to be the Rangers or Devils. That's in my opinion.
The other two places I can see him going are, well, I can see the Islanders, and I can also see L.A. and Anaheim. And this has got a lot to do with family. His wife has got a burgeoning modeling career, and I think that has a lot to do with it. And the one thing that I've known about Tarasenko, or that I've seen in his time here, he is probably the most family-oriented player we have on this team right now, next to Petro when he was here.
Yeah, probably. Hey, Bob, you were going to say something. I interrupted you at the end there.
Yeah, sorry about that, Bob.
No, that's all right. Now, the one factor that nobody's mentioned and that we've seen, Doug Armstrong does not get fleeced. Doug Armstrong will not make a deal unless he feels that deal is going to benefit his team, and who gives a crap about the other team. I mean, look at the guys he got for literally nothing, and players that are no longer in the league. Doug Armstrong is probably one of the smartest GMs that I've ever followed, next to Lou Lamoriello. And he will not make a trade just to make a trade. So Tarasenko may have to suffer and stay for one more year.
I disagree, because all you got to do is think about Fabry. We didn't get anything for Fabry. We pretty much gave Fabry to Detroit, and that wasn't for us. It was for Fabry.
Now, what it was, Fabry was injury prone, just like Perron. I mean, Perron had 2-3 good years here, but he's injured again. Doug does not like players that are injury prone. That's why he let. That's why
Perron's not injured.
Go. Schwartz was injured. What?
Perron's not injured.
No, he's not injury prone now. But if you remember, yeah, he is. I read about a week ago that he was injured on the.
I've been watching those games. He's still playing.
Well, okay.
No, Perron's actually played a lot. I mean, the biggest thing that he's had since he came back this time was the COVID.
Well,
when he had COVID and he was out of the playoffs. But
he had a concussion.
He's had two or three concussions here while playing for the Blues, and his last one was pretty bad. Because remember when he came back, he had to wear that visor because of the light and everything.
The tinted visor, yeah.
Yeah. He has been injured. My problem with Perron is he gives you such greatness, and then he takes it away with stupid penalties. I watched the game the other night in Detroit. He gave up 2 stupid penalties, and the other team scored 2 power play goals because of his stupid penalties, and Detroit lost 3-2.
I like this last one. Guy should be the general manager. Can you imagine the distinction? For me,
Hockey Bob can be your assistant GM, and Ashley can be your
because I think
that sorry.
I would have to be the PR.
I don't think anybody would want to be PR for me.
I would have to, because I'd have to clean up your mess.
Ashley's got the patience to do it, guy.
All right. As we're getting into let's go ahead. Let's shift this because we've got the game coming up here very shortly. What are your thoughts for tonight, Bob? I'll start with you. What are your thoughts for tonight's game?
Well, Predators and the Blues are basically in the same position. They both need points. I think this is going to be a very tough game, a very close game. The young guys on the Blues need to stay focused. The Predators are beatable. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But the Blues are going to have to play as flawless hockey as they can possibly play to be able to beat the Predators. I mean, the one thing that the Blues have in favor is they've got probably the better goalie in Binnington, whether Saros plays or not. So, it could be a blowout or it could be a low-scoring game. But I think the Blues will pull it out.
Lance?
These teams, like Bob said, they've been playing very similar. There's a point between the two of them. Nashville's won 2 in a row. The Blues have won 1 in a row, like we know. Nashville in their last 10 is 6-3-1. The Blues are 6-4. One has 47 points. The other one has 46 points. I think Bob's right. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a really close game, unless one of these teams really makes a lot of mistakes. Then I think the other team will take advantage of it. But I'm expecting like a 2-1, 3-2 game.
First of all, let me say, Jason McMillan, I caught him talking about a post that I put on one of the groups, asked him to join the show. He's here. Jason, welcome to the show. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan. This is the Bluenote Fan Report. Tonight, I am joined by my co-host, the lovely, the affable, and I know she's going through a tough time today, and I didn't get a chance to say it. Ashley, my heart's with you. Ashley Slapshot Jones.
Wait. You were saying lovely. I thought you were going to talk about Bob.
I thought he was talking about you, Lance.
Yeah, right.
My other
Totally you,
co-host,
Lance.
my other co-host, my buddy, my pal,
lovely.
Lance, the Drop the Scott, and our special guest today, Hockey Bob, Robert Foley. Ashley, you go ahead. What do you think?
I mean, it's always fun when the Blues are playing the Preds. You gotta love the rivalry. You can go either way. It can either be a blowout in either direction, or it's going to be close. Tonight, I'm thinking that it's going to be a really close game. I just feel it going to be tight because we're going to be trying to play the same thing.
For me, it comes down to one thing, and the thing that we have seen from this team in the last couple of days, our last couple of games, has been they'll score early and then they won't score at all. They won't continue scoring, and that's the thing that's got to change. They have got to get in there and score and keep scoring.
Yeah. It's like I said, Guy, you and I and Ashley have talked about it. I don't know if Bob's heard us talk about it. They have no killer instinct. They get that 2-1 lead, 3-1 lead, and they don't keep pushing and putting pressure on the defense. They lay back a little bit and try to protect that lead, and it just doesn't work. I want to see a killer instinct from this team. They had that at the end of the 2018-2019 season.
They had that last year.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Right? They absolutely had it last year. So I don't know why it's missing, and I don't know why ESPN Plus is showing the game like it's giving me Eastern Standard Time and not letting me play the game. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Really, I think that the Blues have just got to get out there and play their best game from the get-go. And they've got to take this game to Nashville. This is a huge 4-point game. Nashville is 1 point ahead of them with 2 games in hand, or 1 game in hand. You have got to win this game. Otherwise, you just give them more room to move along.
And in regulation, you can't let it go to overtime and let them get a point. You got to take it in regulation. Here's a question for you guys: who does Jake Neighbors beat the crap out of tonight?
I don't think you're going to see Jake Neighbors beat the crap out of anybody. That was his first fight in the NHL. I mean, he's a big boy.
He did really well in that fight.
He did.
Oh, yeah. No, he absolutely. I would like to see him do it more. I'd like to see him be that Pat Maroon presence. I would love to see him be that Pat Maroon presence.
So would I.
Right? I mean, that's what this team has been. And I've talked about this before. What this team is missing is that Pat Maroon type guy. And everyone who knows me, and I know, Bob, I know you're a big fan of this guy. I am not a fan of Ryan Reeves, because what Ryan Reeves brought and what Pat Maroon brings are 2 different things. Pat Maroon does bring some skill, but he also brings this panache. And
right.
It's not just physical. It's mental. It's in your head. I'm chubby but effective. You guys are fucked. You know, skating up to the Bruins in Game 7 And the second period, when you're up 2-0 and telling them you guys are fucked, that takes big balls.
Yeah, it was.
Right? I mean, to think about it,
And
for me, that's why.
Pat
Yeah, that's
Maroon
why
can
for me,
score.
I just I don't know. I'm more on the fence that this team needs that presence, and I don't know who's going to be that presence. I would love to see it be Neighbors, but he hasn't shown it yet.
Well, Barbashev has done that in the past, but he hasn't done it consistently. He's a physical brute. He knocks people down, but he hasn't been physical lately, and I don't know why.
You know what? I don't either, my friend. I don't either. Ashley, what you want to weigh in on this?
I think that Barbie has been physical. He actually is one of the top hitters on the team. He's just not getting into fights. And I don't know if it's because maybe he thinks that, he might get traded because there is that talk going around, or if, he might have gotten slightly injured in the season and we just haven't heard about it, but he hasn't been as gritty as usual.
Well, there's another guy on the team that people don't like him to throw hits around, but he actually leads the Blues in hits. You know who that is? Braden Shen. Braden Shen is very physical, and he won't think twice about fighting somebody. But, I was listening to a broadcast yesterday with Tim Peel, Andy Strickland, and Jamal Merritt. And they all said, especially Jamal says, NHL players don't want to fight anymore because they're afraid of getting hurt and losing game time. What do you guys think of that?
The thing is, for me, the biggest problem that the Blues have right now is in the coaching staff. And it's that they don't have an offensive coach. That was the one thing that Montgomery brought when Montgomery was here, was that offensive awareness. And this team was offensive when he was here, and they're not now. They get that 1 goal or 2 goal lead, and then they go to an instant defensive mindset, and it kills them. The best defense in the NHL is a good offense. Plain and simple.
Yeah, but championships win, or defense wins championships, and we all know Berube's more of a defensive guy. And I don't know about Ott. I can't remember if Ott was an offensive or a defensive guy. But
Ott was a fourth liner. Ott's more of a defensive guy. Right? Defenses win championships in football. Defenses don't win championships in hockey.
Defense won the Stanley Cup for the Blues in 2019, guy.
I disagree with that. I say offense won it.
It was all about that fourth line going out and taking out the first line guys of the other team. That's defense.
Yes, but the fourth line could also go out and score, so that's offense.
That's true too. That's true too. But what you do is you play really good defense, and then when you have offense, you take advantage of it. And that's exactly what the Blues did.
No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. When you have a very good offense, you are keeping the puck in their zone. You are keeping the puck away from them. You are preventing them from shooting the puck. You're
tiring them out.
Much better defense than a defensive-minded team. Right? I will die on that cross. I will absolutely die on that cross. Pietrangelo, that was an offensive defensive, gets whipped in the first round, $60 million in forward. See, that's a good point. See, I disagree with that. I see what Matt Lowe's trying to do. He's trying to bait me. I kind of disagree with that, because what I see from Toronto is this run and gun that plays almost zero defense when they need to play defense. And they're not as offensive as everyone thinks they are.
What do you mean? They lead they're third in the league in scoring, guy. The Toronto Maple Leafs are third in the league in total scoring. How can you
how many goals are they giving up per game?
No, you specifically said that offense wins championships. And everybody knows that defense wins championship. You win championships from your goalie on forward. And the reason why the Blues did good that in 2019 is they played great defense, and they also capitalized when they had the chance to play offense. They didn't make a lot of offensive mistakes. That's why they won the Stanley Cup. Plus, they had the Barbashev, Sundqvist, Steen line, who, yeah, they could score goals, but they were the shutdown line, and they were damn good at it. And the Blues don't have a shutdown line at this point.
Bob, do you remember Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals?
Yeah, I was at that game. The Blues lost 7-4. I ran into Scott Bakula.
Yeah, no, I was there.
Okay, yeah, we ran into each other.
Yeah, that right there, that wasn't defense. They did not play defense. They gave up. They were, I think, on the power play. Boston was 5 for 5 on the power play.
Well, you can play defense and still get burned. That Boston was a very good team, just like they are now. It was a miracle that the Blues won the Stanley Cup, because Boston could have won that just as easily as the Blues did. But the Blues came out in Game 7, and what did they do? Boston had a lot of chances in the first period, but our defense, namely Jordan Binnington, shut them down, and they made pretty good defensive plays when they needed to. And then who scored the first goal for the Blues late in the first period?
In Game 7? Oh, that was O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. I thought James Schwartz scored the first goal. O'Reilly scored
Nope,
the second goal.
O'Reilly tipped into Bortuzzo's shot in Game 7.
Okay.
O'Reilly tipped in a Bormeister shot in the beginning of Game 7.
Schwartz got the second goal. That's right. Okay.
Nope, Pietrangelo got the second goal. Schwartz didn't score in that game. Schwartz did not score in Game 7.
No,
the Blues got goals. The Blues got goals from O'Reilly.
No, you're wrong.
No, the Blues got the Blues got goals from O'Reilly, Pietrangelo, Shin, and Sanford. Those were the 4 goals. I don't even think Schwartz got an assist in that game. I don't even think Schwartz got an assist.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the game's just about on, so I'm going to stay on. I might be on a delay because my ESPN's not working. Bob, thank you. If you want to come on during the intermissions, you're more than welcome to pop back in. It's the same link that I sent you earlier. And Ashley, same thing. You can pop on or stay on.
I'm going to pop off. I'll be back later.
Okay, so game is on.
Incoherent by then.
Say again?
I'll be incoherent by then.
Okay, have a great night. See you guys. I'll be telling you what I hear from the game.
What? Why would I need you to leave the room?
Say again? I kind of lost everybody. Sorry, I lost you there for a second. Okay, guys, you got me now. Yeah, for some reason, ESPN has the game like an hour later, so I'm not able to watch it. Blues have the puck. I'm at the 1909 mark, so I don't know how far I'm behind you guys. Oh, wow. Well, I'm trying to catch up with things, guys. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm showing it at 8:30, so I'm having issues with ESPN. I'll try and check on ESPN a little bit later. Yeah, Erickson, I'm really delayed. I haven't even seen the goal yet. Yeah, ESPN's having issues right now. Let me see if I can get ESPN back and see if I can figure out what's going on. I don't have Bally Sports. The access that I had is no longer available to me, so. Maybe it's playing. Maybe now I got to find it. Here we go. Maybe I can get it back. There we go. Okay, I might have it now. Erickson says the Blues are challenged. Erickson, welcome. Hey, guys, don't forget to put your thumbs in the air, man. We really appreciate it. Jason Nichols, Sammy Helm, Tammy Bimmerman, Michael Bovett, Jason McMillan, Marilyn Lesnar, and Erickson Krieger. Thank you so much. No goal. No goal. Shaggy. Hey, Shaggy. There we go. So now I'm back live. Yay, me. Oh, nice move by Torpachenko getting in. See, and then that pull up right at the circles every time they come in and pull up. That's something that's got to be a system thing right now that I don't like at all. Right? I'm trying to keep an eye on the game and you guys. So, game's 0-0. Shots are 3-0 for the Predators. Blues can't get it cleared out of the zone. Finally, it's out of the zone, but no one there to take the puck. Predators get it over, pass it over to the far end, or the near end. Bennington plays it out of the back. Another clear. Oh, there we go. Oh, missed puck. Missed puck handle. Might cost the Blues here. Okay, Shags, let me know, bud. Again, another bad pass and not getting the puck out of the zone. Good save by Bennington. Predators are just controlling the pace of this game. Hi, Danny. Kyrou, ooh, nice little flip back there. Kyrou and Thomas playing past the puck. Oh, that was kind of weak. Oh, nice shot by Parayko, and it goes out of play. All right. So now maybe the Blues can take a little bit of control of what's going on. Good chances by the Blue. They have one shot on goal. Akari is off right now. So the Blues are down to 15 forwards. Oh, good save by Saros there. May have to put me a hamburger on. Hold on a second. I'm going to try and lower my camera a little bit. Push me up a little bit. There we go. There we go. That's a little bit better. I wasn't in the screen enough. I may have to back it up a little bit, but that's a little bit better. Now I'm taking it. Yep. It's finally on ESPN. When I went back to it, it was live. So I don't know what issues they had, but it's here now. Looks like a penalty's been called. And the Blues are going to be shorthanded. Uh-oh. No, I have White Castles. So Bushnevich is off. There's a big penalty killer. This is going to hurt. Hooked him. Hooked him. Letty, Shin, Thomas, and Pareko are the penalty killers for the Blues. This is the Blues' third game against Spurs. I thought it was only their second, but I guess it's their third. I'm trying to look it up. I know they lost one, and I don't know if they won one. I don't know if they've lost one or two. Here we go. They beat them 1-0. That was a shutout for Bennington against Soros, with Shin getting the goal. And then they lost 6-2 on October 27th during that 8-game losing streak. I do remember that. Hey, Bob, thank you so much for joining us, man. Really, really appreciate that. That was a lot of fun, and hopefully you can join us more often, my friend. I do this every game day, and then on off nights, I come on at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You know, guys, keep watching. Keep watching. We're enjoying it. That no feet, no movement. No movement whatsoever. Everyone's just standing around. They're never aggressive. Last year, when they were a good penalty kill, they were very aggressive. They would close in, and they would close in, and they haven't done that. There was a weak clear. That no one. There we go. They finally get it out, but that's not going to do much because it's going to come right back in. Well, 14 seconds to go. They might be able to sneak out of this one. Good pad save by Bennington. With 5 seconds to go, there will be a face-off in the blue zone. The car shield protection play. We need to get enough money so I can sponsor the Bluenote Fan Report BS play of the day. That would be good. Let's have the BS play of the day. Or the BS call it a game. That would be fun. All right, that would be fun. Commercial on. Shots are, I wasn't looking at it. Shots are 7-2. Ouch. You know, Bob, that's a good point. And I just feel I get what you're saying and I get it, but in hockey, to me, it's different, man. It's different. You know, you got to keep the ball. You got to keep the puck out of the offense's hands, and you keep the puck out of the offensive hand by keeping it on your offense. All right, that's how I feel. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Bob, Hockey Bob, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate what you did today. Thanks for coming on. Don't forget to put that thumb in the air there, Hockey Bob. We greatly appreciate it. I think you did, actually. Ted Dieterman, Jerry Bradshaw, Aaron Coulter, Nathan Jagger, Gloria Sepper, Erickson Curry, Marion Liston, Jason McMillan, and a couple more that I can't see at the moment, but I will pull them up. What a good opening, man. What a good, solid opening. I didn't expect to have Ashley here. I hope she doesn't feel left out. You know, we love her. I never wanted her to feel left out, and I think she knows that. Oh, Kari's back. Okay, that's good. Oh, yeah, he just took a funky fall. So let me see here. Let me figure out. Give me a second. So, who gave me? Here we go. We have Jason McMillan, Gloria Sepper, Nathan Jagger, Tammy Pemberton, Erickson Krieger, Michael Bovett, Tad Dieterman, Marion Lister, Sammy Helms, Aaron Coulter, Jerry Bradshaw, and Jason Nichols. Guess who's not on that list that I just read? Where's Ryan Green? Yes, I read it. Yes, they are wearing away sweaters tonight because of Nashville's yellow sweaters. Right? Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Good, solid shot. See, he just needs to do more of that. Oh, if he could have just kept that lower, man, and rebound that would have pulled off. That's the thing. All the pucks are high. They're chest high. They got to be lower. Got to get them off the blocker or get them off the pads. Right? Get those rebounds, and the Blues just aren't getting the rebounds. So 12:01 to go. Shots are still 7-3 in favor of Nashville. Blues win the faceoff. Kyrou shoots it off the glass. Yeah, I guess so. No, I guess it's dark jersey, so. Three Preds, two Blues, and how do the Preds get the puck? Because there's no other Blues close enough. That's why. And right behind, bad pass. Tucker loses the puck. They just are not. There's no sync. They are not in sync at all, man. It's so obvious, and I'm not sure how to get them in sync. I'm not sure what to do for them, but they are absolutely not in sync at all right now. I just right now. I mean, I'm watching this, and there's no. It's constantly the same thing. To the wing, to the wing, to the wing. Now Torpachinko comes in all alone, no help. Well, all you do is give it over. Right? That's all you're doing is turning the puck over. You know, well, look at what Nashville's doing. They throw the puck to the side. Nashville's swarming the puck. Well, because they're doing this, Nashville has offensive zone time. The Blues have none. There you go. Give it up. Right. It's the same thing time and time again. Right? This system, this thing that they're doing is not working. The definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result. What they're doing is not working. And it hasn't worked, and it's not going to work. And just a missed pass. Look at that. That's 2 scoring chances that they've blown. Kyrou shoot the puck. Johansson held Falk and no call. Kyrou down the wing. Again, there's somebody right there to hold him up. And he just gives it up. No, they're not. Jerry, come on. Come on. How are the Preds on their heels a little bit? They're not. Shots are 7-4. The Preds have spent more time in the Blues offensive zone than the Blues have spent in the neutral zone and the offensive zone combined. And every time a Blue touches the puck, there is a yellow sweater right there. Right there. Barbashev came into that zone so weak. There was finally a good shot on goal. There was a good scoring chance. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Shot 7-5, 6:27 to go, and I got some microwavable White Castles that I cooked up for me. So we'll continue on with this. Welcome, thank you for staying with me. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see the zone time stats. Those are going to be really interesting for me. And he just gets hit. They know it's coming. Saros misplayed that puck, and nobody there to take advantage of it. Evo took it too high. That was the best pressure the Blues had so far this game. Come on, neighbors. Use your body, neighbors. Neighbors, do something. Move your feet. Use your body. Use your bodies. Unreal. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen him play it. There wouldn't have been icing. Oh, that was a nice play to Walker. Oh, Walker gets pulled down and nothing. I don't know about skating circles around him. The Blues don't usually get outskated, bud. Shots are 7 apiece. I mean, that's good. I mean, they've held the Preds for not getting a shot for a little while now. That's probably going to change here. Yep, there you go. I knew that was going to change. Good shot. Look at Thomas. Thomas just gliding. Not skating, gliding. That's the thing. Nobody skates. Nobody skates. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I will say this. You know, they were able to, you know, at one point shots were 5 or 6 to nothing. So for them to be able to even the shots up, that's a good thing. But I see so much standing around. And nobody using the body. I mean, Akari's getting held right there. All right, that's going to be icing. That is one night I am so glad I'm not going to. I cannot handle the woos. Those hurt my ears so bad. Blues win the face-off. Oh, there we go. Good shot, Barbashev. Now, skate. Oh, yes. With a minute to go, they finally have the lead in shots, 10-8. That was because it missed by Barbashev. Two big saves for Bennington, so shots are going to be evened up as this game ends. Well, this period ends. And if you think I'm negative, Rob, you should read Luke Corrick's tweets. I don't think he ever, even when the Blues score goal, he says something negative there. Because there's actually a certain amount of commercials they're supposed to play each period. So, longer period, that's why. There, I like that, Bob. It's gotten better than it did the first 5 minutes. I will say that. The last 10 have been much better than the first 5. Benny, two big saves there. Big saves. Yeah. After the PK. Yeah. Oh man, they just don't seem to know where each other is. This scares me. So, they're going to end this period even up, 0-0. And in the second, we are minus 19. Right? Think about that now. You're getting ready to go into a period against the Predators. The Predators are, and this is good news, -7, but you're they're -1 in the second, and you're -19. -19 in the second. I hope so. I hope you're right, Bob. I really do. Bob, I really hope you're right. Right? But you're going. Well, good they're using their speed, but at the point, it's gotta open something up, and unfortunately it hasn't. The 2 3-on-2s, the 2 odd man breaks have led to nothing, and you can't have that. All right, you can absolutely not have that. And the second period, this has been your Achilles heel. You're minus 19. In the third, you're minus 5. So you're minus 24 in the back half of the game. I love that. Thank you. Yeah, let's show a commercial of 2 planes blowing up a ship and not hope that people don't have PTSD from that, or people who've been on ships don't suffer from that. But hey, let's have that commercial for the Marine Corps. Yeah, not my salad commercial. Tad Dieterman, Jerry Bradshaw, Aaron Coulter, Nathan Yeager, Gloria Spear, Erickson Krieger, Marianne Lister, Jason McMillan, and so many more. Bob, I see you say that, but I know in the last 3 games they've given up like 5 goals in the second. Right? Yes, the goal was called back. The goal was called back. It was somehow they considered it. Luckily, they considered it goaltender interference. Right? So we got lucky there. I'm looking at something real quick. Stand by. Well, as we get to go, Jeremy, how you doing, buddy? Thank you. Let's go Blues. We talked about that. We got Hockey Bob here. What a lucky night, man. Thank you, Hockey Bob. We really appreciate you sticking around and talking to us and being in the chat room. Thank you so much. That was like 6 games ago. That was not that recent. I mean, you got to go back for that, right? It's been a bit since the Blues have scored in the second period, or at least been ahead in the second period, right? That's because you never show your name. Or when you do, it's always after I've read everybody else's name. Hey, Lance, how you doing, buddy?
Not too bad.
So what's your opinion of that first period?
That was a pretty good first period. I thought at first a little bit the Blues were pressing a little too hard, and it opened up some things for Nashville, and Nashville was playing pretty good defense. But I always say that speed kills teams that are defensive teams. And we watch Kyrou and Thomas. Did they get those opportunities because of their great defensive play? No, they got those great opportunities because of their stick handling and their speed. I thought Kyrou had a good first period. I thought Parayko had a very good first period. And I bet nobody saw him skate all the way from one side of the left of the blue line all the way over to the opposite blue line where the Predators were coming in against Bennington to try to hit the guy. Did he hit him hard? No. But Colton Parayko works hard every night.
Well, the score is nothing. The Predators did score, but it was called back on a goaltender interference. We still don't know what that is, but
now if the same thing,
I don't ignore you, and I don't ignore Ryan.
Now, if the same thing happened tomorrow night, they probably wouldn't call it goalie interference.
Yeah, you just don't know. You really don't know. And Bennington's played well. I mean, Bennington's played well tonight. I will say that. 12 saves in the first period. He started more games in the NHL than anybody else. 35th start this season. I don't know why. I know Greiss has had some issues, but Greiss is not a bad goalie. They just don't play right around him.
Mm-mm. No, they don't. It's just baffling to me because I'm biased with Parayko.
Yeah, I seen that. I think we need to get Rivers a broadcast and let Lance off the broadcast and let Lance on Valley's broadcast. Rivers tonight, a couple of, the Blues are doing this, the Blues are doing that. I'm going, wait a minute. Shots are 7-5.
Yep.
I want to see the good side of Colton. I absolutely do. And I have up until very recently been on Colton's side. But the last couple of games, I've seen Colton just stand there.
Yeah. And it's like I said, does he have bad games? Yes. But like a lot of people, you and I have talked about, and like I said before the game, people, they only see the end result. So there was a goal that was allowed. That goal that was allowed was it, I think Akari came back, or one of the other defensemen came back after that and tried to stop the play. I can't remember which play it was. I mean, goals are going to happen. Guys have bad nights. Guys have bad weeks. Guys have bad months. People, it just happens.
I get that, but with Parayko, I just, for $6.5 million and a 6'6" guy, I expect him to A, skate hard, and B, when he fires the puck, fire it with all his might right at the goalie or right at the net, not to the side, and B, hit somebody, show some aggression. Well, and he doesn't.
It's like Hockey Bob said. Some guys just aren't that way, and Hockey Bob's right. Did you watch him in juniors in the H? He wasn't that. He's never ever been. The scouting report on him has always been good hands, great player with some offensive skill, hard shot, but he's not physical. He's just not physical, and some people just aren't, regardless of their size.
Well, that's the thing, then why is he still in the league? Because he definitely, to me, you want to talk about somebody overpaid? He's probably the most overpaid player on the team right now. He's playing like a $1.5 to $2 million defenseman.
I think Steen right now is being overpaid. They overpaid him way too much. Way too much. And like I said, when it happened,
I think Parayko's more overpaid than Steen is. Steen's only making 4.5, right, or 5?
No, Steen's making more than that. He signed a huge contract at 6.5 or 7.5. Yes, it is.
Hold on.
8 years for like 50 million or 48 million.
Steen is making 6.5.
Yeah, it's like I said. Yeah, he's overpaid because he used to be physical and score, and at times he can be physical. But his scoring touch these last 2 years has been terrible.
Yeah.
I mean
you have Falk, Parayko, and Krug all making 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let's cover the stats here real quick, guys. Let me get back to where we're at. Hold on. Let's get back. Oh, the comments are going good. Yes. Magongo, please, guys, share this show to your pages. We got just short of 20 earlier. I 50. I'm asking for 50. One time I wanted 100. I've dropped it to 50. You guys can help me make that. The good side of Colton Parayko is called Jay Bomeister. I do agree with that. I always give Big Bob the benefit of the doubt because you make me laugh my ass off. Ashley. I say Colton is trying to overcompensate, covering for some of the less experienced players with all the top demon out. Bullshit. I'm sorry, Bob. I will call BS on that. He has played this way, whether Krug was in or anybody else. He has been playing this way for a long time. Jeremy says, I think some endurance training would help our team. I'm on board with that. J-Boo never was super physical, and he was Parayko's height. True. You mean Shen? Yes, he means Shen. He might have said Steam. We make mistakes. Come on, guy. Every GM in the league would take Colton in a New York minute. I disagree with that. I absolutely disagree with that. I think the majority of them wouldn't even touch that contract. What do you think, Lance?
I think there would be teams that would touch that contract.
There would be. He said every GM, and in capitals.
I think a lot. of GM. I'm not going to say everyone, but I think a lot of GMs, if they could get him for the right price, they would do it in a heartbeat.
I'd say at least 16 teams.
I'd say 24 to 25.
I'd say maybe 10.
No.
Right?
At least half the league, if not 2/3.
The dirt looks horrific. I haven't even paid attention to it, so I don't know. Do you believe that in that goaltender interference? I don't know what goaltender interference is. So if you think you can challenge, there's been instances where I thought it was a lot more for goaltender interference that they haven't challenged. That they challenged this one. So
actually, Jason, I disagree. I think that he might actually perform better in a different team because they won't want him to be Chris Pronger, who he has never been.
And every Blues fan compares him to him because of his size.
And just because he's 6'5", 6'6", doesn't mean that he's Chris Pronger. Just because you're the same height doesn't mean you're going to.
I've met both of them. Chris Pronger's intense to this day, straightforward. You can tell that he doesn't take crap from anybody. That's just his personality. And I've met Colton. Colton's a gentle giant. I hate to say that, but he is. That's what he is.
Big old teddy bear.
Yeah, so Bob says, I'm not talking about his contract. Well, his contract's just as important. You can't sit there and, and say, if you could get Colton Parayko free, not have to pay him, yeah, everyone would. So his contract is just as important as how he performs on the ice. He does not perform up to a $6.5 million contract, and he hasn't since he signed it.
In guys' eyes.
Say again?
In guys' eyes.
In guys' eyes. Do you think he's played up to that $6.5 million contract?
Sure.
This season?
You said at no point ever. I do feel he played it in the playoffs, and I do believe that there have been glimmers of it. Yes, he's had some off games, but I don't feel that he's played as bad as everyone makes him out to be.
He signed this contract, I want to say, last year. Or year before last. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the second year of his contract. So last year and this year, he's been getting the 6.5. Do you think he's earned that in the last 2 seasons?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd pay him it if I had it.
Oh! Cassetti! Don Brown Chevrolet! What does a $6.5 million guy play like? A guy that's making $6.5 million hits people. Defenseman.
Really
hits people.
Really, you're basing on who hits people and their style of play based on what they make.
How much does Connor McDavid make?
Yeah, Connor McDavid isn't hitting people.
Connor McDavid scores goals. Connor McDavid wins games. Does Parayko win games? Does Parayko score goals? How many goals has he scored this year?
I have seen Colton Parayko play big in a game for the Blues and be the reason the Blues won the game.
How many points does Colton Parayko have this year?
How many penalty shots has he scored? Everyone he's ever taken.
Yeah. He scored 2 goals and has 14 points. 14 points.
He's not a goal scorer.
You know what, Bob? You may be right. My opinion may not matter one diddly squat, but you know what? I got my show, and on my show, my opinion matters.
He's got a microphone, and while you're tuning in, you're going to listen to every word he's got to say.
Isn't a support player just as important as a guy who can hit? He is.
Thank you.
But a support player. Hold on. Who's more valuable to their team? Pat Maroon or Colton Parayko? Who's more valuable to their team right now? Pat Maroon or Colton Parayko?
Colton Parayko.
Colton Parayko. He plays more minutes.
Not even close.
He plays double the minutes that Pat Maroon does most nights.
Absolutely.
And he's got a lot more responsibility on his plate playing defense than skating around and seeing who you're going to try to hit or who you're going to try to push around.
Or back talk to.
And tell him that it's effing over.
Yeah. You're effed.
You're effed.
Hold on. I'm going to bring this
I'm
up
going to ask you a
just
question,
second.
Guy. If he scores 8 to 10 goals, and has 30 assists, are you telling me that's not good enough?
He scores how many goals?
8 goals and has
Yeah.
30 assists, because he's on his way for close to 30 assists.
He's got 2 goals and 14 points. That means that he may end up with what? 40 points. 40 points.
40 points for a defenseman, unless they're top defenseman in the league. I'll take a 40-point defenseman on my team any time of the day.
Absolutely.
Okay, Pat Maroon has 2 goals, 5 assists for 7 points, and is a -3.
Okay, he doesn't have anywhere near the points, and he's a forward.
Okay, I guess I'm losing then. Tom Fassetti shows up, and he hasn't shown up for a long time, and now I'm getting banged. Wow. I guess I'm the idiot tonight. All right, back off. Lance and Ashley, this is Guy's show. Boom. And I'm going to tell him that he's being a buffoon. Do you believe in majority rule? Well, you're at the bottom of the totem pole. Really? I can do that. I can do that.
Oh yeah, well, I can do that.
I can always bring myself back.
Well, I could have brought myself back too.
I know. I'm not a buffoon. A lot of our goals against have had 55 on the ice. He needs to hit more.
Yeah, 55's on the ice with 4 other guys. Not every
So who's
goal-
more important? I honestly feel, and maybe I'm wrong, but I honestly feel Pat Maroon means more to his team making $1.5 million or whatever it is than Colton Parayko does making 6.5.
I mean, dude, I really think that you're smoking some crack tonight.
I might be. I mean, this is where I'm at. Stand up and be a defenseman, Guy. Okay.
Just remember, you can't break your wrist again.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Hey, surgery on Monday. Surgery Monday afternoon.
Confucius say, man with broken wrist can't play hockey.
See, Jeremy's with me. Right? Well, you know what? All of you guys can do that. All of you guys can do that. James Anthony Tom Fassetti. God, I'm so glad Tom's joining us. Thanks, Tom. My buddy's getting surgery on the 9th. I can't wait for mine, man. Cannot wait. Monday afternoon, 2:00 my time. What's that? 6:00 your time. Under the gun. Come back a couple hours later. Maybe my wrist will be straight. Okay, looks like the game's back on. We'll see you guys all at the second intermission. I'll stay on. Let's see if the Blues can turn around that -19 in the second. Aloha, guys. Oh, I just got called incompetent by Hockey Bob. Oh, my goodness. Game on. Oh, the Blues scored. Looks like Braden Shin. Not bad. Now let's do something with it. Look at all that. First time they've had space. First time they've had space this game. Way to go, Shinner. Good shot, too. Oh, it got deflected. Got deflected. Now let's see if they can keep playing this. Play this strength. Oh, another good shot right there. They're holding him. Yeah, nice goal through. It got tipped, but I'll take it. No game tomorrow. Next game is Saturday against the Blackhawks. Saturday against the Blackhawks. Throws in a good shot. Blues are having some sustained pressure. They haven't had sustained pressure in the second for a while. Tucker throws a puck around. Oh, see! Oh, wow! Finally, a pass to the side, and no one's there. No predators there, and you get the puck in deep. That's what you need to do with it, instead of turning it to circles. Leave it with a wide shot. Oh, good shot by Bart. Oh, they're swarming. Let's hope that this doesn't. Oh, man, this concerns me. I agree, Tom. I absolutely agree. You see what I said about Albright from Alpha? No, I did not, my friend. No, I didn't, bud. And now it's a tie game. Just like that. I agree, Jeremy. I absolutely agree. Oh, Bennington had no chance. Oh, wow. Wow, that's cool. Yep. Yep. Power play coming up. I wish I could be there, Shockey. I'd absolutely be there and do it. Well, I mean, you got to do something after you lost the momentum from that, right? You came out and you had it, and then you let it go, and you know, Shen wins the face-off. Kairu, good one-timer there. Good one-timer, actually. Another one-timer, really? Oh, nice rebound and nobody there. Not bad, not bad. That was a good start to the power play. They haven't had that in a while. Nice to see that. Nice to see that. And I'm not a buffoon. I don't care what anybody says. Oh for 8 in the last 3 games in the power play. Ooh, and now it looks like Nashville's on the power play instead of us. Back to the dumb stuff. Oh, nice shot, Kairu. Ah, Shen overplayed it. Wow. Man, this tale of two things there. No problem, Nathan. We appreciate you, buddy. Hey, Jeremy, I thought about this a little bit. Actually, see, the changing, the coaches call that. The players don't as much. This is more on the coaches, so I don't know if it's a conditioning training thing. No stick. No stick. And give it up. Oh, now neighbors got yanked. No call. No call. There's your BS play of the game. There's the Bluenote fan report. BS play of the game. He was absolutely pulled down. Barbashev can see you guys were all, Hockey Bob, you're talking about Barbashev. I haven't seen Barbashev get a pass off the stick this game yet. Every time in his own zone, he's giving up the puck. Every single time. Two guys on Levo, no one there to help him out, so he's going to obviously lose the puck. Tucker's good handling the puck, but that's about it. You know? The momentum is definitely shifted in this game. Shin did not see neighbors doing that. Look at that. You can tell that Shin was not expecting that. Oh, Walker gets in there. Now do something with the puck, Walker. Come on, Pitlick. And he turns at the circle. It's every time. There's something in the playbook that says stop at the circles. On his backhand. Now he's got to switch to the forehand. Fires it, and Torpachenko just standing there. I don't know. Oh, yes! Side! Wow, needed that. Great play by Sod. Wow. Oh, they could have also called a penalty on that too. Oh yeah. Why is there not a penalty on that? That should have been a penalty shot. I mean, I'm glad he scored, but there should have been a penalty called too. Oh no, there was. Okay, there was. They did call the penalty. Woohoo! Gloria! So they did call the penalty. You know, good thing we seen that. Teams got speed. They just don't use it, or when they do use it, it's used wrong. You're going to throw it in. You got to throw it in harder than that. Well, I mean, they're playing a lot more aggressive this period. I will say that. I'm with you there. Trying to keep up on everything. Neighbors has looked overmatched to me today. Anybody else seen that? Another pass to Shannon. He's going south. Nobody. God, they're just firing it to where the Preds are. Just firing it where the Preds are. Saros makes a good save there. I mean, they're moving their feet. They're ahead on shots. 20. Ooh, off the goalpost. There's another Bluenote fan report. BS play of the game. I got to start doing that. Having my own little, plays of the game in that. We'll start calling the penalty kill the Buckingham Pest Control penalty kill. They don't kill penalties, just pests. All right. Good show so far tonight. This will be some of my best numbers in a while. I thank you guys. Thank you for showing up. I'm really enjoying this tonight. Really making me feel better about myself. Thank you all. Thank you all. Best slogan. The Don Brown power play. Just when you think you're down and out, Don Brown gives you the power to play. Ooh, that's good. Oh, come on, fire that. Oh. Where's Tom Fassetti when I need him? Oh. There we go. Got another penalty coming. Get it in, Letty. And Chen gives it up. We've looked confused in the neutral zone for a long time. This is the best second period they've had in 2 weeks. Right? Yeah, I got a message from Lance. I talk about Shannon. What's he do? He goes and scores a goal. I talk about how crappy they are. I've been talking about it. You guys know me. Sod buster. I like that. Right? Yeah. Right? I guess, man. You guys thank you guys. Thank you all. Wow, you're really supporting me today. 2 weeks or more. Yeah, I'd have to go back and look, man. But you go look at second periods and they've just getting trounced in the second. I agree, but they need to take this power play and score. Absolutely need to score in this power play. Right? Uh-oh. Ashley here for a end game.
We'll see.
Huh?
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I have more of a leg than you do.
I'm getting blown up by Hockey Bob.
Of course. Wouldn't be fun without him.
Right? And then and it's awesome. You know, what was it Lance said? Lance talked about Shin and what Shin do, goes and scores a goal. I have Hockey Bob on. I talk about the second period playing crap, and what do? Score 2 goals. But Pareko was the reason for that goal there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Pareko
wasn't. That was Letty. Letty was the reason for their goal.
No, Pareko watched him walk right on by him. That was Pareko too.
That was Mikola. Mikola and Letty. It was Mikola.
Okay, I'll double check. Him. I'm pretty sure Pareko was on there for that.
No, it wasn't. You just
She's
want
here
to
to bust your balls. She always busted my balls.
Of course I do.
All right.
Hey, Gloria.
Hey, check your mic. I think you're on your computer mic, not this mic.
1 second.
Had like 3 shots and we attacked and got some pucks
right. No, because now I'm getting feedback.
You know, don't be too cute. Let's shoot pucks and don't be rebounds and bang a dirty goal.
I muted you, Ashley, because I was getting the game feedback.
Okay.
Oh, see, that's better.
All right.
It was on your computer mic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you felt like you were far away. I can tell the difference.
Sod isn't streaky. He's been really good lately.
Yeah.
Like the last 10 games, Sod's been solid.
Wait a minute. How can you say that it was nobody's fault because of a bad line change? If it was a bad line change, it was the fault of the line change. Uh-oh, something must have happened.
I've got a leg, so I don't know.
Yeah, me too. Oh, there it is.
I'm still legging. Who was it?
Power play goal. There we go. First one in 3 games after 9 attempts.
I still haven't seen it. That's how bad my leg is.
Who are you watching it on?
I'm watching it on Bally app.
Kairu gets it.
Okay.
All right. Oh, he goes between the legs.
And I'm still lagging.
Oh, nice. Well, he started to go between the legs, but yeah, he starts to go between the legs and then flips it top shelf.
That's how bad my leg is. This is why I don't try to watch it with you, because I just see the goal.
Yeah, okay. I get it. I mean, I've got to go. I'm on ESPN. That's the only way I'm not.
I
And I'm
can't.
still at a lag. I'm still at a lag on ESPN.
Yeah, but your lag is only like 30 seconds faster than mine.
Yeah.
But I can't fix it. Like I can't watch it on ESPN because I'm in Bally.
Yeah, yeah. Because ESPN, yeah, you're in that thing. If you're in the St. Louis market, you can't watch it on ESPN. Danny says stream the game illegally. That usually screws your computer up. I actually got my phone. I got a new phone, and with it I get DirecTV Stream. But they told me I looked at it and I thought I had the package, right? You know, all the Bally Sports. But it's location based. So I'm trying to see, and I'm trying to see if I can work it through a VPN. So I can get a VPN to where I could watch the Bally Sports stuff, but he scored, but he's no good because he's not a strong defensive player. Boy, you guys are just tearing me apart tonight. You know, normally I'm dead on. Tonight, everything I've said has been crap. I still don't think Parayko's worth $6.5 million. I'm sorry, and
I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with you 100% on that.
Okay, so we have 3 players making $6.5 million. Defensemen.
Yeah, and
right?
I keep
now
all 3 of
Krug
them.
is injured, but prior to his injury, right? Prior to his injury, take Krug, Falk, and Parayko, and tell me that those 3 players have played equally.
They haven't, but even the worst one is a $6.5 million defenseman in my eyes. Okay. I would rather have all 3 of them than anyone on any other team.
Okay.
I like all 3 of their defensive play. They're not the same. Their effort is different. But I like them. They just might not be used properly because people have expectations of Parayko being a physical player when he's not.
Kyrou has 8 shots tonight and 11 attempts. I'm not sure who you're talking about there, Shockey.
He's talking about Saad.
Oh. This episode of Guy is Wrong brought to you by
Ryan Green, you're the best. I was having a really bad night, and then Ryan Green just has to go and make me laugh.
Yeah. Hey, my heart goes out to you. I know what you're going through. I wish I could be there for you. I really do. I did not expect you to come on tonight at all.
I need the distraction.
I
need
know
my
that
friends.
Feeling.
If they score again, you're going to have to tell me quicker who it is.
Okay. All good goal scorers are streaky. Now, see, yeah, you're right. They're right now out shooting the second period. This is atypical of what their second periods have been. This is the best second period that they have played, and as you know, I'm better be knocking on wood.
Oh, right? Danny, I had a friend that I've had for the last 22 years pass away, and it was his funeral tonight, so it was a little rough.
No, I understand. I've buried a lot of shipmates and friends. Oh, that was a Mikola. What was that? See, Neighbors gave up on that play. I don't know why he did. Right? Looking like that 4-2 game he called. I hope not. I don't Bennett to give up another goal. Because I actually think in goals, yeah, I'm doing decent. Oh yeah. And Quick probably will play tonight, so I need this to be a really solid game for me. Oh, I got Wedgwood against Quick. Oh, that's going to be a tough. Oh God, man, I hope Dallas destroys the Kings tonight. See, Ashley, even my high school friends love you.
I love them too, though. They're all really good to me.
You met some of them at
Oh yeah, I did.
At the Cussumano's.
Mm-hmm.
To think about the fact that I went to a city school, right?
Yeah.
And in all actuality, it's like I went to a small private school.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you said you met some of the people that know me and knew me for decades. And just that the way that they communicated with you and communicated with us, it's amazing that some of the people that the friends that I've created from that experience, right? I actually, what we're talking about, it's got a little story to tell, and you may or may not like this. A couple weeks ago, a guy that bullied me mercilessly in grade school sent me a message, all right? And I kind of went off on him, right? And, he tried to apologize, and it wasn't a great apology, but I told him, I had to change schools because of you. And now that I think about it, that's not a bad thing, because if I'd have gone to Pattonville, I don't think I'd have made it through Pattonville. I think I'd have dropped out. I really do. I think I'd have dropped out. Oh, good rebound chance. Just missed. I end up going, being in the city schools, and the Kennard, it's the Kennard connection. That was my freshman year, 83, 84. It was the first year that our school had a full classes, and our class was was like 120. Right? My class was 120. Right? A lot of classes, and so I think Pattonville's classes are like a 700-800.
There was like 905 in my graduating class in 04.
Yeah, that's more than was in my entire school. Right? Oh, good move by Bennington, and just some of those out there. Yeah, that we can talk about that one later there, Bob. What a period. Absolutely. It's the first time that they've been positive in the second for a long time. Now they're going to be minus 18. But I'll take it. I'll take it, especially when you're up 2-1, right? After, so going into the third, this is not a good period for Nashville either. We're -5. I think they're -8. They're -6. 7, -7. Got to get my numbers right. They're -7. We're -5. So there it goes. 1,300 at your graduation at Parkway North. Yeah. Right. My school, I don't think my school ever had 1,300 kids. Ever had 1,300 kids. Cleveland, I don't think Cleveland could have handled 1,300 kids. It might have at one time. It probably did, but that and you're talking one class, man. Wow. Right. Excuse me. I'm lucky in some respects. See, I hate that they're showing this Marine commercial, and they just showed a plane blowing up a ship, and it's not. That's me where that missile hit. I don't know. I had when I was on the McCain. I was on the McCain when the Cole was bombed. The suicide bomber, and where that bomb went off, more than likely I would have been in that space.
Yeah.
Right, and that really affected me for a long time, and I think it still does. As an oil king, they ended up moving on ships built after that period. They moved where the oil lab was. The oil lab used to be right next to the engine room. Now it was back aft. They separated so much stuff because of that, because of what they lost in that. What that bombing did. Jerry's daughter went up in Chicago, so I could see bigger schools there.
Yeah.
This was not a bad period. This was a good period. It was a solid period. It's one we haven't seen in a while. Now let's make sure that we don't back away in the second or in the third, right? You've got to keep this coming. I hope he keeps it. I hope so, buddy. Aaron, I really do hope so. Where are we at right now? Let's get into the stats here while the TV's at a commercial break. Okay, shots are 25-19 to the Blues. The Blues have had 6 shots blocked, while the Nashville has had 5 blocked. Nashville missed the net 6 times. The Blues have missed the net 12 times. That's 30 attempts to, and I hope I get my numbers right, 18 and 25 should be 42 or 43 attempts.
Yeah.
43 attempts. So there you go. You're talking 30 attempts to 43 attempts. That's huge. And this game switched, right? In the first, they were up. Shots were 14 to, our shots were 12 to 11, I think, 12 to 10.
Yeah.
And shots that period were 15 to 7. Right? Definitely changed. There were 2 power plays in it, or 2 penalties in that period. A delay of puck to Jeff Parnison, and that was not a very good power play. But at the 14:31 mark, Brennan gets called for holding, and that turns out to be a great power play. Has Jordan Kyrou gets a power play marker from Thomas and Buchnevich. All the scoring happened. Actually, it's 3-1. Wow, 3 guys. That's 3-1. So they scored 3. So they're 2. So actually minus 17. Now. I got that wrong. So at the 11 seconds in, Braden Shen breaks away, gets in, and buries one. They outplayed him in the second. That is true. They haven't outplayed him the whole game, but they outplayed him in the back half of the first and the second. So yes. Then just about 2.5 minutes later, Nashville ties it up on a bad change. And guess who was on the ice for St. Louis? Who did you say was on the ice?
It was Mikkola and Leddy.
Okay, this is who's officially listed as being on the ice. 4, 9, 13, 26, 50, 55.
Well, Mikkola just got off while Colton was getting on.
All right.
Mikkola's the one that stood there and let him skate by while he went and did the line change.
Okay, well, I'm going to
Leddy
hopefully
was
get
the
to
one
watch
left
that
back
goal again
there.
so I can see it a little bit better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shockey, I agree with you there. It looked like he did it first, but he started to, and then he pulled it front. And I think the fact that he tried to go between his legs messed the goalie up, and it opened a hole. So it might have worked, right? Then at the 8:30 mark, Brandon Saad, beautiful, just beautiful skill, speed, gets in there, buries one from Pitlick and Tucker. And we talked about Kyrou at the 15:34 mark, making it 3-1, getting those assists from Thomas and Buchnevich. I needed that. Thank you, Thomas. I got a power play point. Yay, me! Woo! Now I'm actually winning. See, I don't even look at what the weeks anymore because I've been on going into the weekend. I've been up like 15-4 and then lost the weekend. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, lost that week. So, could use some goals. I'm behind in goals. I'm tied up in assists. I'm behind in points. Need some shots on goals. He's got a lot of players today. The Dallas Kings game is going to be important to me. Got Ryan Graves from playing Seattle tonight. Got Sherratt from Detroit playing Vancouver. So I got some guys playing late where most of his guys are already on. Fabry's playing late. Hall's game is over. He only got me. Taylor Hall shouldn't have started him. 3 goals and a hit. Marcia Shaw later, so that helps me. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has 5 face-off wins. Come on. My player of the day so far is Thomas with an assist, a point, a +1, a shot on goal, a power play point. 3 takeaways, no giveaways, and 4 face-off wins.
Jeremy's asking where
Woo-hoo-yee.
you play your fantasy.
Bennington so far has faced 20 or 19 shots.
Sorry, Jeremy,
and
I'm
made
trying.
18 saves.
Jeremy's asking where you play fantasy at.
I am in a keeper league on Fantrax. We actually see we're a really different league. We have 32 teams, right? Most leagues you only have 10 or 12 teams, and then you pick from the league. Well, mine, you're picking from everybody. So we start less guys, and we've got other things. So it's really a challenge. So I play on Fantrax in a keeper league. Guy does it at a local park. He's a wolf furry. His pronouns are. What are you talking about, Matt Lowe?
I asked you like 3 times to answer Jeremy's question while you were rattling off stats.
I didn't hear it.
And so Matt was making a funny that you play at the local park and you're a wolf furry and your pronouns are pup and puppers.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't hear it.
You were just going, and I'm just like, Guy, Jeremy asked you a question. Guy!
Sorry.
You're lucky you're in Hawaii, or I would have hit you upside the head. Guy!
Probably. I probably needed it. Sod, he's our man. If he can't do it, Kid Guy can.
And AC again, Pareko was not the one napping. It was Mikkola. He got on the ice after Mikkola, and the guy had skated off past Mikkola, and Letty was the one that it got scored on.
They're showing Lion's Choice. Why are they doing this to me? Why are they doing this to me?
No, thank you, Matt. You made me laugh.
Yeah, we're all having a good show tonight, and we're keeping good numbers, man. 9 on each one. There's 18 people watching. We've got 16. Hefner, Richard Henry and Doolittle, James Anthony, Tom Fassetti. So many more. Thank you guys so much for all you do to keep the Bluenote Fan Report on the air. On the air for you. Oh, I need Tom Fassetti back. I come up with a new slogan for him.
Oh.
Our power plays are now going to be the Don Brown power plays, right? When life hits you hard, leave it to Don Brown to give you power to play. Oh, come on. That's not bad.
It's kind of cheesy.
All slogans are cheesy.
That one was like extra cheesy.
Actually, I think the first time I said it was a lot better.
Maybe.
I got to go back and listen to it later. Yeah, it was a lot better the first time I said it. We have the Buckingham Pest Control penalty kill. Buckingham Pest Control, and kill penalties, they kill pests. Right? That's their slogan. That's not mine. That's theirs. So
I've never heard
their
of
own
the
one.
Buckington Pest
How do I
Control.
plug into that, guy? Plug into what? I don't know what he's talking about there. Where are we at? Ashley's getting, Jeremy's getting Ash a little bit of a laugh there. All right, fun night tonight. Fun night. And Hockey Bob made it really good.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed having him.
Yeah, I think he was having fun, too. I think he's still having fun calling me a bozo.
Yeah. Or a
He didn't call me a
buffoon, was
bozo.
it?
He called me something else. A buffoon. Power play. We do the plug it in. Not bad.
Yes, Darkness, the next goal will be huge.
Oh, no, it will be huge. But also, I don't think it's the next goal. I think the next 5 minutes. I'm sorry, but a goal scored on a bad line change is a team effort, so there's no one player that is directly at fault. Why does our world always have to find someone to blame? Sometimes shit really just does happen. Bob, did you serve? And I mean this, I'm not trying to be facetious, not trying to be a jackass. Right? But one thing that I learned while I was in the military was things don't just happen. Because every time something happens, they break it down to the smallest of details, and nothing just happens. right? You're right. Nashville, but the good thing is Nashville's -6 in the third, and -7 in the third, and we're -5. So we have played better than them. Who scores the next Blues goal?
I'm going Barbie, but I'm hoping Neighbors.
I don't think the Blues will score another goal.
I disagree. I think we got one more.
Shockey, from what I've heard, you can't get it up at any angle.
Oh my gosh. You went there.
Absolutely. Oh, there he is. There's Tom. Guy, when I played, the coach would call line change, so blame him. Possible. Okay, Tom, that's fair enough. I'm going to watch the play later. I will watch the play later. They took the stats off quick. They need one more for my 4-2 prediction is correct. Well, each need one more. So, there we go. So, attempts 43-30. I did get it right. Chances 17-11 for the Blues. Slot shots 18 for the Blues, 9 for the Predators. Offensive zone possession time 452 to 420. They were just over a minute. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you guys are great.
Yeah. Don Brown Chevrolet, the Don Brown Chevrolet power play. When life gives you a penalty, Don Brown gives you the power to play. Come on, that's pretty good.
No, it doesn't make sense. When life gives you a penalty, when it's a power play, no.
Right.
That'd be like the penalty kill. It would have to be the Don Brown penalty kill.
No.
Yeah, we only lost one face-off that period.
Wow, we only lost one face-off that period?
One face-off that period.
Wow. Are you right about 19 to 6? Yeah. Wow. Amazing. See, Tom likes it.
Okay, Tom likes it. You win. I still think it's cheesy.
We'll figure it out. I think we can make it work. I think it actually works. Yeah, because a penalty gets called when life calls a penalty on you or a penalty against you. Don Brown Chevrolet gives you the power to play. Right? Is that how a penalty with the penalty? No, not a penalty against you. It's because you actually the penalty's for you. So I got to figure it out.
Yeah,
I'll make it work. I still like when life gets rough, because roughing, or when life trips you up. When life gets rough and trips you up, Don Brown gives you the power to play.
Yes, that one's better.
There you go. See, I knew I'd get it. I knew I'd find it. I think that was the best second period I've seen in quite a while. Yeah, it's been weeks.
Might have been since the last Nashville game.
No, because the last Nashville game was 1-0. Was 0-0 going into the overtime. So,
I know I was there.
I want to say that this is going back to maybe even the Chicago game, right? Keep at it in the third. Little cheese for me. See, Jeremy likes it. When the going gets tough, the tough eat donuts.
I can go with that.
Right? 20 watching. Yay! The 20 mark. Let's get the 30 mark. Tammy, you're absolutely right. Do not play defensive. Kyrie's got 8 shots, man. We've needed him to do that. Right? We've needed him to do that. And this is a huge, I said at the beginning, this is a huge 4-point game. right? And not only that, you're 2-2 on this homestand. The worst you could go, I said it was 5-1-1 or 5-2-0. So you got to win these 3 winnable games against Nashville, Chicago, and Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thank you because it's working. We got 20 people watching. Oh, Matt Lowe. Saad's goal was sweet. Saad's goal was really sweet. I wish he would do more of that. Right? He's got a good stick, and he just doesn't get in there enough. I mean, he got hooked, too, so one way or the other. Lance fell asleep on the like button. See, I don't get to see those unless I actually watch the show from here, and I
You can only see those like when they smash those buttons whenever you're doing a Facebook Live, not a.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, if I can watch it like I do on Facebook, and right now you would probably see a bunch of them if you're watching it that way. But I watch it live here. Okay, game's back on. Let's see what happens. Is Blues win another face-off? Right? I know I'm being negative here, but I don't see them getting another goal. I'm just afraid of Berube's system. Because remember when we were up 2-0 on, or 1-0 on Minnesota in that shutout, and Minnesota ended up shooting 24 times in the break free, shot 23 times in the third. That's what my concern is, that's what happens here.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but hey, I'm going to pop out for a few and I'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
Right. What? Okay. See there, finally, that's the way you do that. Oh, wow, I was wrong. And it looks like Thomas just did it. No, I think that's on Thomas. I think Thomas tipped that in. I'm pretty sure Thomas tipped that in. Yes, I was wrong. Yes, I was wrong. See, Bob, you got to be on the show more often, man. You got to show up to the show more often. Oh, I just like my own show. Yay, me. We got Shockey and Descott and Hefner and Doolittle and so many others. Thank you. Oh, good tip. Oh, really nice play by Thomas. I mean, that was sweet. That was absolutely sweet. Double deflection, they called it. Scratching the nose. Wow, 4-1. Now if they can just keep this up. Well, we appreciate it, Bob. Remember, even when you're driving, you can still listen to the show, right? You know, a lot of times on your phone, you can put your phone and listen to it that way. You don't have to comment, but you can just listen to it. We appreciate you, bud. Oh! Boy, was I wrong. What the hell happened? I've been wrong all frickin' night. I have absolutely been wrong all freaking night. Oh, wow. Soros is going to get pulled. I see him getting pulled. Wow. Walker, great pass there. Great little play by Walker. Oh, and Torpachenko scores it. Way to go, Torp. The torpedo. I think that's his third or fourth of the year. I have to look it up. I think that's his third of the year. Thomas with his 12th, Kyrou with his 21st. Yes, Shockey, it does. That is a great point. I'll find the right button. Great point.
I go to the bathroom and they scored 2 goals.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting there going, damn, am I wrong? Every line is a goal tonight. Yep. I hope so, Aaron. Right? I mean, I've been wrong all night. Everything that I've said tonight has been absolutely wrong.
I'm very happy about that too.
James says we want tacos. Jerry says go to the bathroom more often. Yeah, I'm not sure who either. Now this is where you got to get worried because Nashville with 16:50 left, they're going to start getting physical. They're going to start trying to hurt people. That's one of the one of the issues with the Blues is that when they do get down like that, they don't fight back.
No. He lives very close to me. That's where he's got the neighbor.
Yeah. I know. I knew that. Well, see, the thing is, a lot of times when you have a game like this, the refs will put the whistle away. See, now we're going. There's a hooking. Right. Hey, Ray Nugent Hopkins got me an assist in the power play point. Yay! After only getting me 6 face-off wins. Right now, Saad with the game winner. Pay attention, mate. I said pregame we'd score 6, and I hope it's enough. Which it emphasizes that it's the players. Oh, my goodness. We have a Buckingham Pest Control penalty kill. We won't kill the penalty, but they'll kill your pest. Oh, Shorty! Oh, Akari! Oh, and a penalty coming. That might be a penalty shot.
I'm so lagging.
That might be a penalty shot. No penalty shot. What guy in the box?
The guy that's watching the time for the penalties in the box. That official.
Ask our buddy. Yeah, I'm lagging a little bit. I'm lagging about 30 seconds to a minute.
And I'm about 30 seconds to a minute more than you because this just went down, like with Achari.
Yeah. So 4-on-4 for a minute and 13.
Thanks for the heads up, Robert.
Well, 4-on-4 is something that concerns me, especially, Nashville is a speedy team, so. Mm-hmm.
That actually looked painful.
Yeah, the way he caught the net.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Good save by Bennington. Wow,
Yeah,
that
then
should have
I'm
been a
over
goal.
a minute of a lag then if it's
Yeah.
back to 5-on-5.
Yeah, I still got like 25 seconds before it's back to 5-on-5. Oh no, I even got more than that because I still got to get the power play. So I'm about a minute and a half behind. Usually I see when there's a goal before I see the goal from my phone. I get the alert.
Oh, there's my phone. I was gonna say I don't even know where I put my phone.
Ashley, this one's for you.
I totally just block it out.
I don't even hear it.
I don't even hear it either.
Oh wow, that was close.
I'm very stubborn, and I'm going to make Randy change that battery. I'm not changing it. So it can beep, beep, beep.
Now, see, I'm at the 1344. That's just back to 5-on-5. That's how far behind I am. So
I still have 32 seconds of a power play.
I appreciate that, Nathan. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Got 20 likes today. Nathan Moyers threw it in there, and one of them's me. So.
Oh well, then I can.
Uh-oh. Tucker's gone. Oh wow, they fell down and got right back up. Throw him, Tucker. Oh, Tucker. Oh, there we go. Pounded him. See, this is what I was
good
afraid
idea,
of.
James.
What they might end up doing. That was a good fight for Tucker. 20 seconds back. Okay. Wow, they are just on fire tonight. I just hope they can do this Saturday against the.
See, now I see the Tucker fight.
Yeah. I just hope they can do this Saturday against the. Excuse me. Against the Blackhawks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just hope they can do it against the Blackhawks. And then when Tage Thompson comes to town, I hope Neighbors mixes it up with them. I would absolutely put Neighbors against. I would put Neighbors against Thompson for a couple of lines, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, if I was a coach and I was trying, because to me that right there would give Neighbors so much confidence.
Mm-hmm. It would, but it could also really cost us because he makes a lot of rookie mistakes.
It shouldn't be because I mean I know you're up there, but it's an away game, so that shouldn't be blacked out, Jerry. You should be able to see it. It shouldn't be blacked out for you.
It will be blacked out for him, unfortunately.
Huh?
It will be blacked out for him.
Really?
Because if you're in any of the markets, it won't put it. So even though he wants to watch the Blues feed and they're up in Chicago, because there is a Chicago market, they won't let him watch the Blues feed.
Well, he won't be able to watch it on ESPN, but he should be able to get it locally, right? Unless he doesn't have cable. Yeah, but I'm thinking, I mean, you should be able, I guess maybe, see, that's the thing for me. I guess I can't go without cable TV. I will always have cable TV. I will always have local channels. That's like when the apartment that I stayed in didn't have local channels, and that was like a big, like that was something I was upset about. right? I will always have local channels.
See, I don't want them. I don't care. I'm good with streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll pay my $20 a month to have Bally, and I'm good.
Yeah, DirecTV stream. Yeah, see, well, with DirecTV stream, you should have NBC Chicago, Sports Chicago, NBC Sports Chicago, and the game will be on that. All right. I mean, it's just how I am. That's like I have that DirecTV stream, and I'm trying to figure out how to use a VPN or whatever to get around it. So I'm trying.
I get you, but I'm also younger, so I'm used to the streaming stuff, and I don't watch the news that much.
Yeah. No, it's
I mean, it's just something I don't want. I don't want to be political, so I don't want to watch the news.
Yeah. Well, it's not for me. It's not as much the news. It's the sports, and it's some of the local shows and things like that. Like here, I don't watch it, but I know back home I would. Yeah, I remember aerial antennas. You having 3 channels. Mm-hmm. I mean, what was it? When I was a kid back in St. Louis, we had 5 channels. 5 channels. You had 2, 4, 5, 11, and 30. That was it. I don't think there was another channel. And 30 was on a second dial, the UHF dial. So you had to turn your TV to UHF, turn the main dial to UHF, and then turn it around. Mm-hmm. Right? So we got 11:39 to go. The Blues are out shooting the Predators 29-22. The Predators are out shooting the Blues in the third. Oh no, the Blues are out shooting them 4-3. Mm-hmm. Keep it up. Oh, Channel 9. I forgot Channel 9. Yeah, PBS. I forgot Channel 9. Yeah, PBS.
Yeah, you can stream PBS now. Leia loves PBS.
Yeah, but I think there's a way around it. I was kind of asking him about that. I got to call him and see if they're, so I don't know. I got to figure it out.
Nathan, are you at the game?
I don't think so. If he was, as much as when he's at the game, he usually doesn't this much. So people stick around so we have a good post game. I hope so. I mean, got 16 watching through this. This is some of the best numbers I've ever had. I'm really appreciative of each and all of you. I was getting down on myself. My numbers were low, and all of a sudden, I had a little black and white. I had a 9-inch black and white TV, maybe a 12-inch, in my bedroom with the single earphone, the single earphone in it, with an antenna on it. I remember watching soccer and hockey that way. Mm-hmm. Right?
When Randy goes to bed, I'm going to have to hop off.
No issue.
But I'm going to watch as long as I can.
No problem. Tell him he can go to bed when he changes the battery in the smoke detector.
It won't work. We're going to war about this until the whole thing dies.
Or the house burns down.
One of the two.
Well, I appreciate it. We had good numbers tonight. We had good numbers.
We got 16 watching during the game. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah,
and it was fun to have Hockey Bob.
Yeah. Oh, Torpedo behind the net. Oh, good move. Nice move, Torpedo. Oh, Pitlick. They've been strong on the puck tonight. This is what we haven't seen. Oh, see, now this is what wow. See, Nashville is just hitting everybody. Blues are controlling the puck, but Nashville's hitting everybody. Oh, almost. And the refs aren't calling nothing. It should be on the Predators the way they've been playing. All right. Last night was a good show. If you did not watch last night was probably one of my best shows in a long time. Right? I really do think for a single show, for just me, I think last night was a really good show. Right? I talked about, and I know Lance kind of wanted to talk about it, but I know he also isn't feeling good. I talked about the Ivan Paparov thing, right? And I talked a little bit about the media and how they portrayed it. One of the things that I got upset with was they said, they used a qualifying word, and I talked about this a lot. They said he refused to wear the jersey. He didn't refuse to wear it. He made a choice not to wear it. There is a difference. There is a difference. He said, look, that's their lifestyle. That's fine. With my religion, I'm not going to support it. I'm not going to go out there. I can't do this. And to me, that was huge. I had no issue. And again, I mean, you come on. You were talking about cancel culture, which I don't completely understand. But for me, what it comes down to is we need to understand that everybody has life choices, and no matter what those life choices are, they don't affect you. In most cases, my life choices don't affect you, right? And it's a thing with that person who's gone and said all those things about me. I made a life choice. She made a life choice. She chose to make that life choice affect others. That's not right. I didn't. I'm with you. Well, the first 10 minutes of the game was not a solid effort. But it's been that since. So I'll give them 40 minutes. Because remember, at one point they were outshot, I think 6-0. Right? I think it was 6-0 or 6-1.
No, because it was 5-5 at one point in time, so it had to have been 5-0.
Oh.
But Nathan, I'm with you. I'll give you 45 minutes. It's been a good 45.
Looks like another pin. Looks like the power play's gone. Yep. Power play's gone. Oh, did you see the one a couple of days ago where the guy was getting a penalty and the hot mic from the ref, he walks by and says, "What the fuck was I supposed to do?" I was like, wow. And the ref's just like. So now we got 4-on-4. Oh, 4-on-4. And to a guy going backwards. Oh, nice shot, Rosen.
I don't see the interference in that. Sorry, I'm lagging, but
yeah. I will agree with that first part, and people can point out all the negatives, but I can't criticize any person who is better than me on their worst night. The fact that they are human beings, they're prone to make mistakes. Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Thank you guys for agreeing with me.
Yeah. That is the Bluenote Fan Report BS Play of the Night.
I don't know. The goaltender interference was kind of BS. I mean, it got called back, but
yeah,
anyone interfering with our goalie is BS. Oh, crap.
Bennington's had a really, really good game tonight.
Yes, he has.
He's actually had some really good games in the last 4 or 5, even the ones where he's given up goals. He's really, really played well.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, that pass was too hard for Kyrou, and then it passes it back out. Jason wants his 6. Sixlets. I want my 6lets. Gotta go buy me some more of those.
Scandella was skating today.
Who?
He wants his 6. I said that Scandella was skating today.
Skating today, yes, he was. So was Prunovich, but he's a little ways away. Tarashenko was skating.
Krug was skating. The only one not skating is O'Reilly.
And it was an optional today.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes, he does, Jason. Bennington has got some acrobats today.
Yeah, he's played well. That one goal was not on him.
John.
The only thing I've said right tonight, right, Hef? You know, I said that at the beginning of the season, and I got laughed at. In order for that to happen, the team and overall has got to shore up that defense to get his numbers back into that place, because his save percentage and his GAA isn't even close. Right.
I always say that Bennington should be in the Venza conversation, though. So.
Yeah, but you're looking at and the problem is, this is his 35th game, right? He'll and not counting tonight's numbers, but he was a 321 with an 894. That doesn't get you there.
Hey, Slapshot Steve.
Hey, buddy, I'll send you a link here in a second. You can come on at the post game with me for about 15 minutes, because I know Ashley's got to go.
Well, we'll see. He might stay up a while longer.
Okay.
But when you see the crabby man walk in the door behind me, I gotta go.
Yeah. You know what? I tell him, as long as I'm on, you can wait to go to bed. You told me I couldn't do it in the kitchen, so you go to sleep in the kitchen then.
Oh, no. He's been working, like, overtime for, like, 2 weeks. I'm not going to even fight with him on it. Like, he deserves to sleep. He works so hard so that I can go to school and I can work part-time, so he'll win that battle.
Who has 12 shutouts? Bennington? That 12 shutouts is his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for a career. That's not one season. This season he only has 2.
Well, last season, didn't he only have 1?
No, he had 2 last year.
I know 1 year he only had 1, and it was like
that was the shortened season.
Because I remember you getting mad about it, and I said he didn't have to shut him out.
Yeah. No, that was the shortened season.
I think it's funny that they think that I'm in witness protection when I wear my glasses, but I actually should wear my glasses. Because, like, to read the comments, I'm having to bend forward. That was awesome save.
Bennington has played 5 years. 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23. This is his 5th season.
But in that time, he's only actually ever played 1 full season.
Yeah, last season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I do think that, as much as I do like Grice, for whatever reason, I think it's time to bring Hoffer up. I do think it's time to bring Hoffer up.
I disagree.
Pareko to the box. It is time for a Buckingham Pest Control penalty kill. We won't kill the penalty for you, but we'll definitely kill your pests. Man, I said they weren't going to score, and they scored 2.
Mm-hmm.
Back to back, too.
Very quick succession there, yeah.
Yeah. At the 6, they scored in the first 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 1 second of the first period, the second period, and the third. Well, In the first 3 minutes of the first period and the second period and the third period, they scored 4 goals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with that. I will agree with that. It was a win they needed. I mean, this was a huge 4-point game, and this is what they needed. And that, coming out of that first period, you didn't see it, What was that game they played, that one game they played where they came out in the second and the third, that played a really bad one and ended up winning it in the third or overtime? I think it was against the Devils, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where they were down, they were down after the first and then came back in the second and the third.
I think it was against the Devils.
Right?
I'm trying to find it, but I can't.
Yeah. First period was even. I'll give you that. I give a slight edge to the Nashville in the first period, but from the second period on, it's been all St. Louis. Jason Nichols says, I think you captioned it in your post. What team will we see? Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, here it is. You kill this penalty, you win the game. All right. I mean, you take away the chance of them pulling the goalie and the extra man and all of that. This is basically, kill the penalty, win the game.
Yeah.
All right. You got a 4-goal lead because you make it a 3-goal lead, and then they will pull the goalie. They will. I would.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, see, even here with this late in the game, 3 minutes ago, down by 4 on a power play where you have a cycle going and you're controlling it. This is a time that I would pull the goalie where a lot of people wouldn't, but because the situation, this is a situation where you can do it.
Yeah, but the key word is you have control of the puck. You're cycling, and you're on the power play.
Well, that's the thing with looks like there might be another penalty. That I don't think was going to happen. Oh, wow. Now it's going to be 5-on-3. Now you look at it. No. Chari took one to the face. No. No, they didn't call a penalty. I thought they called a penalty. I guess not. Oh, no, it is 4-on-4. So they did call a penalty. I don't know where he got it. You'll see a little bit of a power play, not much.
Oh. Right under the visor.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I made a mistake. Man, I make a mistake and these guys kill me.
Yeah, you make yourself an easy target, and then it's fun because you're so adamant that you're right that when we can prove you wrong, it's like, ha-ha, you're wrong.
Yeah, because I'm right so much.
No, you're just adamant that you're right.
Win, don't I? There we go. Who said that they were going to score? Hey, hold on. This did not age well.
I'm watching a commercial, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you'll see it. That was a good goalie goal, or a good skater goal. All right, Barbertet was too worried about trying to get him to call holding.
Yeah, I see what you mean. That was a good goal for them, not
Yeah, good
for
goal
us.
scorer's goal. That was a goal scorer's goal.
Yeah. That's how you can tell I've grown as a hockey fan, though, is I can sit here and say, that's a good goal for them. That looked nice. Where before I'd just get angry because the other team scored. Bennington didn't have a chance on that. That was a goal.
No, not at all. That was on Barbashev trying to, what about the hooking? Well, Barbashev, go keep your guy. Don't skate away. All right? You left your goalie hung open to dry there.
Aaron, you're awesome. I love when he gives you crap.
They all give me crap. I mean, I think that's why most of them watch the show is just to give me shit. All right?
I really have to say I'm impressed with 18 people watching us right now.
Oh, I know. This
during
late?
the game.
Yeah. I'm going to love our numbers. Our number, I bet you we're going to be over. This is going to be our most watched show for a while. In a while. I think this is going to be our most watched show since you did the Jevil stream.
I think they missed me, Guy.
Yeah, may have.
Nah.
Who are the stars if I'm so smart? Okay. Kairu will probably be first star. No. Yeah, I see Kairu being first star, Thomas being second star, and maybe Saad being the third star. Yeah, that's kind of where I think I'm at. Those guys all had 2 points.
No, I think Bennington will get it.
25 shots, 2 goals, no. If it would have stayed 1 goal, I could see it, not with the 2 goals. There we go. 5-2 win for the Blues.
Still have 39 seconds, but yay!
It's the Blues' preference tonight. That's why everybody is watching you tonight. I don't know. It's great, 17 people, 18 people, 17 watching right now.
Man, those are the power plays I wish they wouldn't count when you only get like 39 seconds of a power play. That shouldn't
you get
count
1
as a full
second
power
and
play.
count.
Oh, I lost sound. Or maybe you muted yourself.
No.
Oh, I lost sound.
Okay. I'm not muted.
Okay, I got it.
Benner with the first star, that I don't see. Bennington doesn't get first star. I'm telling you that. Bennington doesn't even get a star.
I disagree, but we'll see.
It's going to go Kairu. The 3 are going to be Kairu, Thomas, and Saad. I'm almost dead certain of it. Shaggy.
Slapshot Steve.
How we doing, bros?
All right, doing good. Rangers win tonight?
We don't talk about that.
No, they did not. They lost to the Bruins 3-1.
I don't feel bad. You know what? When you lose to the best team in hockey, you lose to the best team in hockey.
They have a really
Blues
good
win
coach
tonight,
over there in
5-2.
Boston.
We're waiting on the 3 stars. I think I know who they'll be. You guys
I'm
think
definitely
Bennington will be
one of
the
them.
first star? I don't see Bennington getting a star tonight.
I
really
think he
don't.
gets the second star.
Well, here we
I got
go.
all 3.
With 1 assist, marking his first point in the National Hockey League. Number
wrong,
75, Tyler Tucker.
That's a surprise.
He also had a fight.
Really?
First point.
Okay, that's weird. You're giving the coach the next one?
1 goal and 1 assist, playing it a forward for the Blues, number 20, Brendan Saad.
Ooh, that's my boy.
Dude, that fight by Tucker
And
still
tonight's
got him.
first star with 1 goal and 1 assist, playing it a forward for the Blues, number 18, Robert
Thomas got it over Kairu?
The only one I got wrong was Tucker.
I mean, but you wouldn't
Well,
have
you
guessed
put
Tucker.
Saad at number 3, so you were wrong about which placement he was. And you had Thomas at number 2, so you were wrong
Yeah.
about that one as well. You
Well,
didn't get a single one
I
of them
did come
right.
back and say that the 3 were going to be. I didn't give you the position.
You gave the position at first.
Originally, I
you
did.
said-
Then I tried to walk it back.
Yeah, you
Bennington
walked
wasn't
back.
number 1. It was Thomas. Yeah, I told you. A good game. I mean, solid game tonight. The first period, not that good. And I was not 0 for 3. I got 2 of the names right. I will take that.
That's changing the rules. You clearly stated Cairo number 1, Thomas number 2, and Saad number 3. So when you say it that way, you are wrong on all 3.
Help me out, Shaggy.
I'm not helping you out there, guy. you're to your own over there. You know what? I never try to figure out who's the 3 stars because they're always going to be wrong. Okay, they're always.
Actually,
I never try it.
Honestly, I'm right a lot of times. I get the first star right a lot of times.
But that's usually the obvious one.
All right,
dude. That's saying like you put your pants on in the morning.
Everybody's calling me 100% wrong. Wow, 20 people watching this late. So yeah, you were, Bob. I told you. I said Bennington wouldn't even be a star, and I was right. So
okay, when you walk it back that far, yes, you're right. But when you say your 3 stars are in these positions and none of them were in those positions.
See, there we go. Thank you, Jerry.
Oh my gosh.
Now you've just made his head so big that we will not be able to deflate it for the rest of the week.
Of course not. I hope so, my friend. I hope so.
You think Tucker's staying up here for good?
Say again, sir?
You think Tucker's going to stay up for good?
No, he'll go down. He'll go down.
Unfortunately, we have too many well-paid defensemen that will be coming back, so Tucker will be a casualty of that.
Yeah. Tucker doesn't stay up. I mean, it's great what he did. The fight was great, getting his assist, but when it comes down to it, he's just not ready yet, you know. And actually, he's not the guy I would have brought up. The guy I thought that they should have brought up, and I still think they should have brought up, and I know a lot of people will disagree with me, is Kessel. I want to see Kessel up here.
I'm good with Tucker.
Huh?
I'm not really interested in seeing Kessel. I'm good with Tucker.
Well, I'm with it. Blues won the game in the second period. They secured it in the third. Yeah, Bob, you're right. Goalie gets a hat trick.
I feel like the Blues have the number for Nashville.
Say again?
I feel like the Blues have the number for Nashville. They scored 7 on them last year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got beat by him 6-2 earlier this season. Right? They got beat 6-2 earlier this season, and then in December they beat them 1-0 in overtime.
The Blues beat Nashville, had 7 goals in 1 period.
Yeah.
Against.
No, I do remember that. It was like a second period. During the second period, they had it, right?
Yeah. So, like.
All right. Well, thank you, guys. Ashley had to go. But, hey, good night, Ashley. Thank you. Danny, I'll do what I can, man. I'll do what I can. And we get the Scott man in. Hey, Lance.
Hey, man.
Robert Foley says, guys like Tucker and Walker and Pitlick just show how good the Blues minor system is. It's not as good this season as it was last season, but yeah, they. What? Oh yeah, last season we were. They may not even make the playoffs this year.
Pitlick isn't part of our system. They got him from he wasn't drafted by the Blues.
Yeah. Gus Espy says, looked like they played a fairly solid game. Picked a good night to win as Minnesota and Winnipeg lost. Yeah, that's the big point night.
Yeah.
Big point night. Big point night.
Is it just me, or am I wrong in thinking that Jordan Bennington should be the number 1 star by far?
See, we were talking about that. I didn't think he was the number 1 star. A goalie gives up 2 goals. He's normally not going to be the number 1 star.
Well, I think it's more than that. I think it's more than that. Lance, you have to realize that if he put the shutout on, besides for all those goals scored, that's when he gets it. When he is just the result of basically the Blues just completely demolishing a Predators defense that seemed lackluster and they put no effort into today's game. I mean, you don't get you don't get a star for being behind good scoring.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He made a lot of point blank, wide open saves. A lot of them were harder saves than Soros had to make all night long.
Okay, but I know games in which goalies have given up 4 or 5 goals and have made probably like 10 highlight saves. Highlight saves means that there were better chances to score. That's not a good thing.
But if he doesn't give up that second goal, if he doesn't give up that second goal, he's probably the third star or the second star.
Exactly. He didn't exactly completely shut them out. If you get those type of saves with, let's say, 1 goal on the board, we say, we don't care. You scored 1 goal. Who cares? That's like, you could have gotten a shutout. Maybe they got one in on you. But you do realize, if a goalie makes a crazy save, that means there was a higher percentage shot to go in, which means that they should really, in a sense, not get that star.
Well, I've seen him and other goalies get them for 4-2 and 3-2 wins all the time. You don't have to just shut out somebody to get the number 1 star.
Agreed, but I think that's more like when the other people that scored the goals, let's say, it wasn't anything impressive, and the goalie maybe the goalie made 47 saves that game and gave up 2-3 goals.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is he made 24 of 26. That's in all actuality, it looks pedestrian. It wasn't, because there were some quality chances there, but that's the way it looks. For me, you look at now, Tucker's the one that surprised me. Of the 3 stars, Tucker's the one that surprised me. He got his first NHL point. He had the fight. Okay, but see, for me, I thought the 3 stars should have been Saad, Kyrou, and Thomas. Right? That line right there had 6 points. Right? That to me, that's a solid line. That's a solid game all the way around. So, and they had 6 points, and I think they had 1 power play point. So, or 1 power play goal. So, to me, that's I would have put it that way. I would have given it to them on that.
Oh wow! Lightning just tied up the Oilers game.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Shaggy, I asked a question earlier at the pregame, and I want to ask you this question since you're a third party. You don't have a dog in the fight, right?
Right.
Colton Parayko makes $6.5 million, and in my eyes, he's overpaid.
Agreed.
I asked the question: who's more valuable to his team, Colton Parayko or Pat Maroon?
Oh boy. See, that's a hard one because
Pat Maroon has 2 goals. Pat Maroon only has 7 points. Parayko has, not counting tonight, I don't think Parayko got anything tonight. Parayko has 2 goals and 12 assists for 14 points. Parayko is a minus 13, I think. Might be a little different tonight. Because he was on the ice for a goal against. So he's minus 13, minus 14, something like that. And Maroon is a minus 3.
See, here's the problem. Let me think this out. Let me look at their stats. 1 second. Let me see something here. I mean, the problem is like this. The problem is the in a sense, Parayko has some highs that Maroon will never have. Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, in a sense that I almost want those highs more than Maroon's highs. I feel like when Parayko's going well, I mean,
if Parayko has a bad game, the team suffers.
The problem is like this: Maroon does not get the assists. Okay, Maroon is although he's like maybe a little better on the ice for his team, he has more penalty minutes. He doesn't pass the puck around. You know what I mean? He doesn't block shots. You know what? Parayko.
Okay, but
Yes,
What Maroon brings to the ice every single night is the attitude.
Correct.
Right?
And I know that, but I would take Parayko over Maroon.
Okay, fair enough. But what I was comparing, I wasn't comparing a fourth line forward to a top line D. I was comparing a $6.5 million player to a $1.1 million, $1.2 million player, where that $1.2 million player, you take him off that team's a completely different team.
Well, let's go like this. Okay? We have to think of another defenseman that's in Parayko's position getting paid less.
Say again?
Think of a defenseman in Parayko's range, where not his money, his defensive range, where how good he is defensively, that's getting paid less.
I don't think he's that good defensively.
Okay, but what if we take someone? What if we take someone, a defenseman getting paid?
How about Cale Makar? How about Cale Makar? Cale Makar makes less. I think he makes less than Parayko.
I'm going to tell you exactly the compared, because definitely Makar could score and has better puck handling than him. I mean, Makar leads in would probably destroy him in goals, assists, plus minus, penalty minutes, power play goals,
And he's got to sell. And didn't Makar just win the
Yeah. The
Defenseman Award?
No. Adam Fox won it, and Makar, did he win it last year? Maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah. So Bennington passes Grant Fuhrer for most wins in all-time Blues history. Or he ties him. Say again?
I mean, I think Adam Fox won it last year, so.
Well, he tracked the puck really good tonight. I mean, he did. He tracked the puck really good tonight. Right? What do you got, bud?
Like this. Hedman's paid 7.
Say it. How much is it?
Hedman's making 7.
Okay.
Carlson's making 11. The name that sticks out to me is a guy like Roman Yoshi, who's only getting paid 4.
Yeah, well,
Klingberg's only getting paid 4. Rasmus Dahlin is paying $925.
Yeah. Dahlin's still on
$894.
I think Dahlin's still on a rookie contract, though.
Yeah, I know. Lindholm only getting paid 2. Seth Jones at 5.
Yeah.
I mean, here's a guy. I'll give you a guy. Who would you rather? You ready?
Yeah.
Tyson Barrie or Colton Parayko?
Barrie.
And Barry's getting paid 2.7.
He's getting paid what?
2.7.
2.7. There you go.
I'll tell you, Parayko's contract, I think, is movable.
Yeah, it is. Well, Jeremy, we'll be on tomorrow. Sorry, Shaggy. We'll be on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be talking about today's game and the upcoming game against Chicago on Saturday. So be sure to join us on the Bluenote Fan Report on Facebook, YouTube, and you can even catch us on Twitter if you want. Sorry about that, Shags.
Only if you want. Here's the problem. The problem is that Parayko does something that other defensemen who could score don't do. And that is that a guy like Parayko will destroy most defensemen in hits and blocks. And he adds that to it. Suppose the Blues are sellers at the deadline. Ryan O'Reilly for New York Rangers extra first round. Take it or leave it.
Shit, I'd take that in a freaking heartbeat.
I want Timo Meier.
Huh?
They don't need a center. I'd rather Timo Meier on the wing.
See, I don't think that's enough for. I don't think that's enough for Ryan O'Reilly.
No, but I think they'll throw something in. They'll give you Kravtsov or something, who's a good player, just needs to get out of New York, possibly. They're not just going to give you that first rounder. They have guys they want to get rid of. They'll give you Zach Jones, who's a pretty good defenseman, and
I want that first rounder. That's part of it.
You'll get that first rounder, but you'll get it together with a Kravtsov or a thing. Here's the problem: Ryan O'Reilly. Let's look at Ryan O'Reilly compared to Filipino. All right, these are
Well,
both
O'Reilly's been injured, but O'Reilly is.
Let's look at their numbers in career. I'm not talking about.
But see, O'Reilly, for me, O'Reilly is more than his stats, right? That's what I was trying to point. I was trying to make with Maroon. Maroon is more than his stats. What he brings to the ice is so much more than his stats. Parayko is not more than his stats. Parayko is his stats.
Okay, but let me lay this out to you. Ryan O'Reilly. Okay, I think, yeah, this is just this year, okay?
Mm-hmm.
O'Reilly has less goals than Hedl, less assists than Hedl, or worse plus minus than Hedl. He has less power play goals than Hedl. He has less hits than Hedl. He has less than Hedl. Why would they trade for Ryan O'Reilly?
Yeah.
I understand he played less games, but we're talking about drastic changes. We're talking about 12 assists to 6, a plus 10 to a minus 28. We're talking about a guy who has 31 hits to his 13. I don't care how many games you played. You should catch up to that 31 if you're a guy that's going to hit. You're going to catch up to 24 blocks to 18 blocks. Like, I mean, if you take the 2021 season, it's a little bit different, but 2022, 2023, I'd rather Filipino. They're not trading for O'Reilly. The reason why O'Reilly's connected to the Rangers is because the Rangers have that extra first rounder. And any team who's looking for that first round pick is jumping to the Rangers and saying, 1 second, you have that first round pick. Here's what we got for you. Right?
It's going to be a late pick, though. It's going to be a really late pick.
No, actually, it may not be.
You know what? I don't know. I can't answer that question because at some point they thought because of his size, that he was a defenseman. He skated backwards better than the other kids.
Sometimes defenseman has to do with as well how much they're very good at following the puck and understanding the game. Sometimes there's guys who they feel like the defensive part of their game is not good enough, and they move them to forward. A guy like Keandre Miller on the Rangers was a forward, and they moved him to defenseman basically because he's got the puck handling, but they knew that his puck handling and offense would do much better if he was focused on his defense. Yeah. And you have to notice that players, coaches have different. I think Guy would be the one to tell you that in the Army, if they see a guy is not good probably at one area in the Army, the guy, let's say, is not great with the gun, but the guy's really smart in tactics, they'll move him to a different position on the Army. And that's very simple. The guy could be ripped. Sometimes I'm saying, but the guy could be ripped. The guy could be really talented, maybe could be a guy that you would want out in the war. And they might say, look, I'd rather him behind the computer telling guys where to go than to have the gun in his hand. Sometimes that's what you want. It's just very simple that sometimes the coach has a better idea of what to do with the player. The guy on the Blues that I'm very curious on your position on is a guy like Robert Thomas. If he's a guy that you feel like as good as he's been, and like you saw tonight, O'Reilly's going to be easier to move, but won't you get more for Thomas?
Oh, you just signed Thomas to an 8-year deal. You're not moving Thomas.
Correct. No. I'm not asking if you want to move Thomas. I'm not asking.
You'll get more for Thomas, but you're not going to move him. Thomas is your future.
A team tells you, we'll give you a boatload for Thomas. What do you say?
No. Well, first of all, I don't think he has a no trade. Yeah, he doesn't have a no trade.
Why am I saying? Sorry, I mixed up. Not Thomas, Tarasenko. A guy says, I'll give you a boatload for Tarasenko. What do you say?
Nope. I'm going to do, and I have a love affair with Tarasenko, but here's my thing.
I know that you have that. I'm talking about in general. If some team is telling you, look, we like Tarasenko, we'll give you a first-round pick, 2 fantastic draft players, 2 great young players that should be in the league the next coming years, and we'll give you a second or third line player.
No, because here's the thing. What do goal scorers always do, no matter how old they get? They score goals.
Correct.
O'Reilly breaks down. O'Reilly is a physical player. Physical players break down. Look at Steen. Steen got to a point he couldn't bend over and tie his shoes.
I mean, I was just at actually an Islanders Capitals game this week.
Yeah.
I'm not an Islanders fan, but my father-in-law's an Islanders fan. He has like season tickets basically up against the glass. And ridiculous seats. and I went to the game there, and I'm watching Ovechkin. I don't know if you saw Ovechkin's hit on Peugeot.
I heard about it.
Ovechkin doesn't move. The guy can't move. He can't. If he wants to, he could. I mean, players that big, I feel like fall apart.
Excuse me, I was itching.
Did you look at? Did you? I mean, there's a really good game
Tarasenko to me is Tarasenko's so much like Hull to me. That's why I know he's probably going to be gone, but I don't think he should be. And that's kind of where I'm at there. Right? Trade the worst of their own or Dallas's pick. Well, you don't know that until, well, I guess you could set that up, right? You could make it conditional, you know.
Let me see if I could do this. I'm very curious if I have an interesting idea of a team, and I'm curious if this is a possibility because, where is it?
Oh, excuse me.
So, who are the players that you're interested in getting?
I'm not. I really don't see. I talked about this on yesterday's show, right? Armstrong has a penchant for not trading guys at the trade deadline that are on expiring contracts.
Patrick Kane?
No. Kane would never come to the St. Louis anyways. Kane would never agree to a trade to St. Louis. So that's.
No, I'm just going through names where I'm looking through names that I have here that I think are going to get traded and asking. I'm curious what you would say. What about a guy like Philip Forsberg?
Forsberg, I might be interested in.
So let's see this. If we would go, interesting.
All right, that Forsberg is somebody that I might be interested in.
But the thing is, he's a big cap hit, though.
Yeah, see that's well with the Blues, it's got to be money in, money out.
Right. So I'm saying it's 8.5.
Yeah, so we'd have to add another $1 million on there.
Right. So if you would just throw him into that trade.
Well, no, it would have to be for Forsberg. It would have to be O'Reilly, Forsberg, and another $1 million player. Somebody on the roster for him, and that's what that's where I don't know, and that's the biggest key right here is I think Tarasenko wants to go to one of the New York teams or one of the LA teams, right? And I think it has to do with his wife and her modeling career, right?
But you have to realize that there's teams out there looking for a guy like O'Reilly, like Tarasenko, and they should be. I mean, they should be selling them off.
Well, the thing is here's the thing. Doug Armstrong does not just trade a player away because he's going to lose them for nothing, right? He's either going to get the value or he's going to keep the player and get the skill out of the player for the remaining games.
Right.
Right? So he's not going to give up. He's not going to give up on O'Reilly unless he's getting the skill of O'Reilly back. Even if it's in the aggregate, it's not going to happen. And that's what I think. That's why I think where Armstrong. That's why when everyone goes, these guys are going to get traded. You have to look at Armstrong's history. I had to go all the way back to 15, 16, or 16, 17, 18. Before I found a guy that was traded on an expiring contract at the trade deadline. And those two players were Shattenkirk and Stastny.
Well, I think actually the team that would trade for Tarasenko is not the Rangers, but a different New York team.
The Devils.
Nope.
Islanders? I don't see. That's the thing. I don't think he'd go to the Islanders.
The thing is, if he goes to the Islanders, he gets to play with Matthew Barzal.
Yeah, but I think he'd rather play with Panarin. They're buddies.
The Rangers are not touching Tarasenko. Don't even think about it. It's not
Right.
happening. Rangers are known not to go for the big name. They're gonna go. Look what they did last year. Andrew Kopp, Tyler Mott. These are not big names.
Yeah.
Vatrano.
See, I don't know why you would do this, because a goal scorer is going to score goals. You know who's going to be gone? You know what? Who's going to be gone before Tarasenko? If you sign Tarasenko, here's the thing. You get rid of Tarasenko before his next contract up, I'd almost bet Berube will be gone. And Berube is the reason that Tarasenko is so unhappy here to begin with. That's the thing that everyone's missing in this. Why is Tarasenko so unhappy? Him and Berube don't get along. That's a plain and simple. You listen to what Berube said a couple of times. Oh, Tarasenko tells me when he's coming back. What player tells a coach when they're ready to come back to play? That's the medical staff, right? I mean, that's the divide between those two players. Between those two workers.
Is there a way that a guy like Chikrin would be a better ad for whatever it takes?
No, not to me.
Right.
The
problem is
you gotta remember. I think if worse comes to worse, first of all, you look at Armstrong and his you look at Armstrong and his history. He doesn't trade players on expiring contracts unless he knows for an absolute fact that either A, the player doesn't want to come back, or B, he's not going to resign the player no matter what.
Right.
Well, to me, you're going to negotiate with Tarasenko and or O'Reilly till the end. They're guys that you would negotiate with.
See, the thing is, there's games like tonight where you say, I don't want to, a guy like O'Reilly, where were you?
Actually, see, but usually that's the doctor's decision. When the doctor thinks that they're ready to play. When the doctor thinks that they're physically ready to play.
But that's a problem, because you can't just. I feel like the best ability is availability. A player can't stay on the ice. A player can't be there for your team. I'm sorry, it's a little frustrating.
I can see that.
Just getting rid. You don't follow football, but there was a move by the Giants. They had a first-round draft pick. His name was Kadarius Toney, and they just sent him off in the middle of the season. And everyone was like, "What are you doing? He's your first-round draft pick." And they were like, "The guy gets hurt, and even if he's good when he's on the ice, you look at a guy like Pacioretty. Pacioretty gets. I'm telling you, I have him on my fantasy team. All right, he's on the IR to start the year. I'm like, all right, get this guy healthy, get him back on the ice. Okay. Yeah. He has 3 games, gets hurt with a different injury. He comes back tonight, gets hurt with a different injury. If you have a guy like that who can't stay on the ice, I don't care how good you are, Pacioretty, when you're on the ice. If you can't stay on the ice, you lower my standards. A player who I even believe that if you have a player with Hall of Fame numbers that plays when he plays, but misses half a season every year, or even not even half. Let's just say he has years he misses half. He had a year he missed the whole thing. And then throughout his career, he's had a lot of times that he was injured for long periods of time. I don't know if I necessarily consider that person a Hall of Famer. You might have great numbers, and you could be one of the best players when you are on the ice. But if you can't stay on the ice and didn't help your team win, the best line is, I don't care if you win the Hart. If you don't win the cup, who gives? Right? Just very nice that you might have been the best player that year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be on the ice. You got to be playing for wins. The Blues, guy, you could tell me this for sure. The Blues heart, the heart of the Blues team has not been there. Okay? There's no heart in the game anymore. They have to play with a heart. And if you're not playing with a heart, you got to bring in somebody that's got the heart. Yep. And that may be that when you trade a guy like O'Reilly, that you say, I'll take the pick and I want this player from you. May not necessarily be an even trade to take that guy with you, but he's got heart when he plays. And you'll give us other things that will help us for our future. The Blues they won their cup, and have ever since then have just gone down because they've won their cup. Let's move on. And you have to restabilitate with new guys that have new heart and buy into the St. Louis Blues. And if that doesn't happen and you go through this year, and by the way, if you don't make the playoffs this year, Berube will be fired. I'm telling you.
I think so too. I think so too.
I think the playoffs.
I don't think it's just Berube. I think Armstrong's gone too.
I don't know about Armstrong. I think it's one or the other. Either Armstrong's going and they say Berube's got the team. He knows how he wants to play. We like how he plays. He just needs better players. Or they're going to say, Armstrong, you haven't really built our team and built our future, especially, by the way, if they don't land up trading O'Reilly for a trade that you're happy with. That's going to be the thing. It's one or the other. They're not putting it on both because that's called a reset. And the Blues are not in a reset. They have some really good talent. Akari's going to be a really good player. Okay. You have some players on the team. Neighbors, great player. You saw Tucker tonight. You have a lot of players that you're going to have in the starting lineups coming up. Okay.
Yeah,
you're going to,
I agree.
And if they don't trade Tarasenko and you have Robert Thomas and you have Buchnevich, you're going to have a team. Okay. That's going to be competitive. And you just have to build more players around them. So I would say that Berube would be gone maybe before Armstrong because you signed him to a deal and then he didn't show up. He made stupid decisions.
See, to me, that's why I think you could. I honestly feel like you could fire him for cause.
Correct. You could fire him because also that gets the players also the heart back. Because the players say, okay, we didn't play well. Let's bring in a guy who maybe could add in a new oomph. Look at the Islanders. Although they're not doing better, they fired a coach who probably was better for a coach that they just felt would give them better heart, give them better oomph, and would agree to what they would like to do. And that's what you need. If you don't have that heart, you don't have that want, you don't have that caring for the game, when you go on the ice, I look at a team like the Blackhawks and I say, well, you know what? They seem to show up at many games because they have guys with heart.
Yeah.
Right. A guy like Patrick Kane, when he plays the game, he's got a heart to the game. You ever watch McDavid play? The most amazing thing to watch is it's not just his puck handling, which we know is amazing, and his abilities. It's the fact that he's able to play with such a caring to the game that even though he hasn't won anything, he keeps going on. I mean, I would be so frustrated as a player to do that. You have to have a heart. You have to have a care, and they're not doing that. And that's a problem.
Shags, I am absolutely with you on that.
You know what? What's your upcoming schedule? I mean, you have the Blackhawks team, as we just talked about.
Blackhawks on Saturday and Buffalo on Tuesday, and that's the end of this 7-game homestand. They need to win them both to go 5-2 on this homestand. 4-3 doesn't work. You need to go 5-2. So this was a huge game. This was a huge 4-point game tonight. And now you're a point clear of them, but they have a game in hand. If you would have lost this game, they would have been 3 points clear of you with the game in hand.
Right, but you realize that you have right now 3 games coming up that should all be winnable. I know that the Sabres are around the same record as the Blues. Yeah. They do have great scores with Tate, and you get to face Tage Thompson. I expect they cannot trip in the next 3 games. You just won a game. You blew out a team who's better than those 3 teams in a sense, with a better goalie, by the way, than any of those 3 teams. They have to show up for those games.
Oh, yeah.
This is where you're going to see if they actually could maybe build a heart, can maybe build a care. Because if you could get yourself now 4 wins in a row and get back to that consistency, that'll help. Yeah, but as I mentioned, Aaron, before, that they seem to have their number. So it may just
the beginning of the first period, it looked like the same old Blues. And then after the Blues went on a penalty kill and killed off a penalty, something woke up in them and the game changed. And then they changed it all the way down to the end. The 2 goals were goal scorers goals. There was nothing Benny could have done. He played wonderful tonight. All around, it was the best, and it was the best second period the Blues have played in a while. +2 in the second when they haven't been +2 in the second for forever. Right? So I will take that. Buddy, I've been on for almost 3 hours and 45 minutes. I'm going to have to call this man. My voice is starting to get cranky, and I need to go do something. But thanks for coming on. We'll be on tomorrow night, 9 o'clock your time. If you can, let me know. You're welcome. I
actually have a party I actually have the Giants playoff game, and I do have a party at around 8:30. I'll probably be back at 10, so I might be available at the end of the game.
Okay. Well, no, this is a regular show tomorrow night. So
right. So, but I should be available for that. I'll be available on my birthday.
All right. So, when's your birthday?
Sabres game.
Say again.
On the Sabres game.
You're cutting it.
January 24th.
24th? Oh man. Well.
Hope
happy birthday, happy early birthday. Remind me so I don't forget it. But have a great night, man. Thank you for coming up. And thank all of you and all 20 of you that gave me the smiles and the faces and all of those things. Greatly appreciate it. We had a great game tonight. This is probably going to be one of my most watched shows in a long time. So thank you so much. Guys, have a great night. This is Guy, the Y Blues fan. For Ashley Slapshot Jones, Lance the Drop to Scott, our buddy, the New York Ranger fan, Shaggy, and our special guest tonight, Hockey Bob, Robert Foley. This is Guy, the Y Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo, boys.
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues!
You got to know that we're bleeding blue with you. And we'll see you tomorrow night on the Bluenote Fan Report. Aloha!